Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tokers Trials 2. We are here today. As you can see, that's Rob Lowe on the fucking left over there. I'm on the right over here. And today, we're going to be playing a bunch of Roblox games you guys submitted while I am high. I'm not high yet because I didn't want to start the stream while being high, just in case anything went wrong. But it looks like everything's running fine, and I should be able to get high in just a moment. We're going to be playing some Roblox games today. Some of these will be on private servers, but more often than not, I'm going to let you guys join in on the game if it has a big enough server size, because I think that's fun. Hello, So Hunter. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Red Phantom. Blue Earth.
Hello, I'm here now.
Hi, B.
Hello.
There's some first-time chatters. Thanks for the follow, Blue Earth. You followed before the stream, but I saw it, so thank you. Just real quick. I think everything's a good volume. Please let me know during the stream. I think my mic's pretty loud, but I'm a big Roblox gamer. A pro Roblox gamer. I will carry the stream. Maybe. Let me show you what I got set up, by the way. I will show you guys here. Let's go ahead and switch scenes. I now have, if you didn't see the announcement, I now have this new PNG tuber, which I think is much more accurate to myself. I also have a new technology I've invented specifically for this stream. Wait, where is it?
Oh, I see. We have fucking Toad smoking weed from the last stream. It's so thematic.
You might notice, I didn't know we could play with you too, maybe? Yeah, and some of them you will be able to play with me. So as you can see here, we have a lot of things here. I now have the latest subscriber and latest donation, set up. And I also have a donation bar here. We have 20 hours to raise $20,000 for weed, okay? I think we can do it. We got it. Easy. Also, I now have this pointy hand. I can point at things on screen, which I think is pretty cool. I can point over here. I didn't make it long enough. I should have made it longer.
Yeah, you need to make the arm like long enough for the hand to go all the way.
Well, here's the thing. If I want to point at chat, I have a surprise for you guys. I have a hand up here, too. Look, I can point at that message or point at that message. That's pretty cool. I also, as you can see here, I have the illustrious weed. I'm not going to take it yet, but I do have it with me. Discord very quiet. Noted. I'm going to boost it now. Thank you for the follow, Astra HNP. Hello, Toad. We hit our follower goal?
Sorry, I'm reloading things.
Follower goal met. Yeah.
Okay, I'm boosting Discord. It should be easier to hear now. This hand technology is insane. Look, so the way I'm going to quantify when I'm taking weed during the stream is by miming smoking this joint. So you will see that. I'm not smoking, for the record. I don't smoke weed. I just take edibles. But when you see my little guy take an edible...
Now I got the real Toad.
Or enable stream images... Oh no! It's not that big a deal. I'm just acting like it is. I didn't enable stream images. You're right, and I need to do that now. And if this pops up on the wrong monitor, I'm gonna kill myself. Nope, we're good.
It's a good thing you didn't do it yet, because you gotta fix it. So Gold will not be partaking, but Gold does this thing where he's like, if he just like is around people who are high, he just starts kind of acting high a little bit.
Yeah, we have noticed
We
that.
noticed this when we started playing, we played Rain Worlds, and Gold just was basically just on the
It's
same
like a
level of
contact
us.
high kind of thing.
Yeah, except there's no contact.
That's true.
It's more like wireless.
Make sure to send in $20,000 so we can all buy a content house in fucking
You
Canada.
think $20,000 can buy a house nowadays?
Thank you for the 100 bits, Billy the Boingo. You said green plant, green plant, which is true. Also, you did remind me.
Sure.
I don't know if my Twitch alerts are on screen. I might need to do that. 1 second. It's okay. Today's the weed stream, so I can take as long as I want setting things up, and you guys can't do anything about it.
You do just have like a time limit, steadily counting down.
What? Do you guys see that wizard?
The wizard? Why is there a wizard there? I saw the wizard.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh,
the-
that was a Marcy wizard.
The devil's lettuce? Yeah, I'm actually going to die and go to hell.
you guys hear about the Mr. Beast collaboration event in Monster Hunter? Mr. Beast is in every game now.
You gotta
He
get
was
him
in like
out.
Bloons TD 6, I think.
Yeah, fucking officially sponsored Ninja Kiwi Mr. Beast persona.
Is the
It's
Discord
crazy.
a good volume now, by the way, chat? I think I fixed it. If I need to change it more, then let me know.
It's crazy that you need to fix the volume every stream.
Let me listen. Let me deafen.
Now, is Warrior Cat's Ultimate Edition
Hi,
on the
Mr.
list
Beast.
of games
Sounds
today?
good.
No, because we're not gonna find anything to do in that game. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, now I have turned on Twitch alerts. I've never heard of browser sources in OBS. What the fuck? How long have you used OBS for? Browser sources is how I do like everything. Browser sources is how I do everything in my in OBS.
Maybe that's why your OBS doesn't run so good.
I think it's better than having like, well, it's the best way I can do it. All right, chat. I think I got everything set up. So, are you ready for this? Watch my little guy. Check this out. There we go. I actually haven't swallowed it yet, so hold on. All right. Oh god. I choked on it and died before the stream starts. That tastes like shit, by the way, chat. I got pineapple edibles. They taste like shit. I don't know why I did. I don't know why I didn't
Here's
just.
the smoke.
Why? Why does the transparent PNG background have a fucking vignette on it?
I don't know. I just looked up smoke effect. It's all these stock images.
It's
You can
so
blame
dramatic.
iStock for that one.
Yeah. Anyway, I will probably not be taking that much weed today. What I just ingested is enough to get me high normally, and if I take this other half, it's enough to get me close to greening out. So, if I think it'd be funny to take the other half, I will, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know.
And if you take twice as much, you die.
If I take any more than these two halves, I probably will green out. I've discovered my tolerance with these edibles pretty well. Do you guys like the stream setup? I think it's kind of cool.
It's alright.
I'm probably gonna move this PNG tuber to the normal setup as well because I think that's pretty. Oh, thank you for the $5. Hold on a second. We got a $5 donation and the alert didn't play because I'm fucking stupid. 1 second. I'm gonna put the alert on screen right now. Don't even worry about it. Chat, I tried to go live yesterday. I'll be honest. I tried to go live yesterday.
You tried to go live yesterday.
Tried to go live yesterday.
No, the weed cannot already be hitting. I swear to God. I tried to go live yesterday, and I gotta be honest, I don't know why I did that because I just was not in the mood to stream, and I did it at a weird time, and nobody showed up because I didn't advertise the stream at all, and then I just felt bad and I ended the stream. So if you saw that yesterday, no, you didn't. That wasn't real. It was funny.
Now, have you added any horror games to the Docker? Are you brave?
There's a couple, like, surreal, scary games. Not straight horror games, but they have scary moments in it.
Okay.
Thank you for the $5, Dog King, for sandwich money. That's awesome.
What the fuck is this Garden of Banban? I got
I don't-
Republican blue and green Banban.
Republican Blue.
That'll go towards a sandwich, I'm sure. Yeah, Dream Game. Okay, so Dream Game seemed to be the most recommended, so that actually is going to be our first game, for the record. You'll see that.
Click the bar.
Oh, I gotta click the BART! Oh, shit!
Quick.
Oh, I missed it. God damn it. Yeah, Dream Game was the most recommended, which I guess makes sense because apparently it's very surreal, it's very dreamlike, and it is good to play while on weed. I don't know how many people
You
we're
did
gonna
get
get today.
scared last time you played a dreamlike game, so hopefully.
Well, this one doesn't have the Hat Man in it, I don't think. So,
As you
I don't know.
we're gonna get more people as we go. Right now we only have me, Gold, and B here in the call, but you can see us on the
Yeah.
left who's talking and
also
playing. I think more people are joining Roblox, just not joining call as well. All right. Our first game is we are ready to go. We are. The weed hasn't hit yet. I'm just incompetent. This is our first game. It is called Dream Game. I've looked at some stuff from this.
Are you gonna start with this before it hits?
It'll hit during the game. It'll be funny.
Okay, we'll see.
We're going to be playing a private server, but I will be sharing that with the chat, so we can all play it together. Chat. We can all play it. We can play it together. We can all play it together. My private server. Wait, I've already created a private server? I've never played this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have played this game.
I don't remember it at all. Okay, chat.
I think I might remember this.
Here
I need
is-
to take a look at it to make sure.
I'm sending in Gerald.
Actually, no, this does look familiar.
Here is our
Maybe.
private server. Thank you for the follow, Chrono. If you want to join us in the game, this is the server we're going to be using. So, I don't think I've played this game before. It's not super familiar to me. But who knows? So, let's go ahead and get into this. How do I join my own private server? I clicked the join
Is there
button.
just a join button on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I clicked the join button.
Good thing we're figuring this all out beforehand.
Chat, let me know if any audio needs to be adjusted, by the way. Also, you might notice it's going to be a little bit low quality because... Oh, we have played this before. I'm going to play it again. I don't care.
Yeah, this does look familiar.
You might notice that everything is pretty low quality. This stream is going to be in 720p because my computer can hardly handle running Roblox on stream, but I figured it out. No, we have to explore first before we go to sleep.
Okay.
God,
We're
there's
not
so
going
many
to
fucking
Dreamland in the
people in
Dream
here
game
already.
yet.
Hello, Honorabilia. Welcome to the stream. I'm going off on my own.
Where am
Okay.
I?
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at the volume. I think the game volume is pretty good compared to my voice, but we'll see. Oh, I should
I
open
don't-
chat as well.
In this game, all the houses are like inset into the ground. I don't know what construction they're basing this off of.
So how do you play this game? Well, at a certain point, we're gonna be asked to go to sleep, and if we go to sleep, that's when the dream starts, and then we do the dream
Yeah,
world.
the dream demons attack.
I don't know
I
how.
feel like we are not at the point where like the risk of Hatman is 0. I think the risk of Hatman is more than 0% right now.
It's a non-zero chance
Possible
that
to say
Hatman
how
will
high
appear in
it
this
is,
game.
though. We're in terms of like threat level, we are on yellow right now.
What did that
Go.
do?
I'm still confused what all of these different items do.
I don't even know how to
One
get
of them
out of the
appears to
house.
be an
Oh, I figured it
attack.
out. Welcome to the real world. This is the windmill. I'm going to the windmill.
Yeah, fucking Petscot fan walked towards the windmill.
This is gonna be fucked up. It's gonna disappear as soon as I get here. I don't think the bars mean
No,
anything
we're not
at all.
asleep yet.
I don't know how to sleep, honestly. Oh, look, there's clothes
Yeah, we
here.
do have bars.
I want this. That didn't do anything. I want this.
Maybe this
Like
is
how-
following like
What
I
the
think this is
fuck?
following the LSD dream emulator thing. We're just having like random bars that mean nothing.
That's a book. Our ancient gods have been interpreted and read in a multitude of ways by Western literature. They've been seen as symbols for abstract concepts, natural phenomena. Mr. Beast! 419, give me a minute! Oh! I got distracted.
I love how that perfectly overlaid over the text of the note.
I got distracted. I just looked up. Mr. Weed! Yeah, it's Mr. Weed! Is this a real person T-posing? How many people are in this fucking game? German985 is here. That's great.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, the real one. Oh, fuck. Oh, I accidentally fell down the stairs and I appear to be in some sort of like hole.
Oh yeah, I did that.
I can't find the bed. We can't even do the thing that the game wants us to do because I can't find it. Oh,
we
wait.
should have voted no.
There appears to be some sort of like radioactive base underneath the stairs that are home. And
It's
ice
in the
puzzles?
house. I'm in the house, but I don't know where the. Here we go.
Oh, I
Everybody
found
vote
it.
yes.
There
We
we
gotta go
go.
to bed now. This is how you're supposed to play the game. There's 11 people. Oh,
Oh, okay, we're all.
Oh.
That's not good.
Yeah, sleepover. Group sleepover. Who's posting Dante? That means nothing to anyone.
I love Devil May Cry 2.
Oh, high five and soft.
I saw high five.
Okay. Oh shit! SpongeBob
Jellyfish.
World.
Nope, not even close.
This is SpongeBob World. No, don't wake up,
Oh.
guys! Oh, I thought everybody was
was
voting
fast.
yes. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, it seems someone has
SpongeBob
eliminated
World?
the competition. Yeah. We go jellyfish hunting for jellyfish.
You just
jam.
said this wasn't SpongeBob World. You can't snap back at it. You can't say that it is SpongeBob World after saying that it's not. Are you
Well,
stupid?
5 said it.
What does this do?
Oh, okay. This is some sort of SpongeBob
And I'm
torture
all-
move, actually. They got,
What
like,
the
Caesar
fuck?
Lincoln
That's
Club
good.
of
What's
Heroes.
what is happening to them?
There's buttons here.
Fish nuking.
I can interact, but I'm not doing.
I
Oh wait,
can't
no, here we
afford.
go.
Oh, I think I need to walk more to afford the fish nuke.
How do you get studs?
Sazali has more money. You just walk around.
Oh, if we get 8,000 studs, we
Yeah.
can nuke it.
Yeah, it's this game. Right.
Okay, Saucily,
Good,
just
good.
walk in a circle, and then I'm gonna need you to nuke the fish.
It's interesting because it also counts vertical studs. So if you find any sort of trampoline, then that'll also function. And
You just get yourself below a really short roof and just.
Why would
spam
there be a
jump.
trampoline in my dream?
Well, don't you think trampoline?
There
It's
was
because I'm a
one in the last-
trampoline saleswoman, of course. I
Yeah.
sell trampolines for a living.
Yeah, that was
Oh, we've
a
unlocked some
believe
sort of
this.
controls. We're pressing buttons over here, and I don't know what they do.
Oh, I need to
Yeah,
put
they don't
the
really
thing
tell
on
you.
screen. Hold on. Dude, my stomach hurts.
What already?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna die, I think.
You probably did. You eat anything before?
Yeah, I did. I ate 4 corn dogs. Guys,
Four?
I forgot to put my pronouns on the stream.
Wait,
This
are
is
we
gonna-
are we performing experiments?
Yeah. What?
I think we might be performing experiments on these 3 trapped men. Oh, 6 trapped men.
Oh, Saucily's almost at 8,000. Holy shit. We're about to nuke
We
the
can
fish.
nuke the fish.
We can nuke
Not
the
that
fish.
not that I have seen a single fish so far.
This is going to... Yeah, I ate 4 corn dogs. I think I'll be fine.
Oh, saw
What?
8,000.
You ate 4 corn dogs before
Explosive
getting high? What are you
dart.
gonna do after?
Ah! Run! We gotta get the fuck out of here! This is fucked up! Wait, I have
That
bombs?
makes a SpongeBob.
I have
Wait,
my
there's
own
fish-
bombs?
There's fish in the water now. We have to kill the fish.
Oh, we do. Okay, that's some sort of quest.
Where's the fish? I don't see any
Round
fish.
This round is worth 2,200. Whatever. A bunch of studs.
But yeah, look, yeah, there's fish like running around.
I can't hear anything!
Talk louder. How are you supposed to get these fish?
I can't see any fish! Oh wait,
There's like gravity to the dart. You gotta, like,
do I need to
go
turn
up.
my graphics up to see the fish?
I
No.
just don't think you're near any. They're
It's hard
very
to see
fast.
that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I
They're
see
very
them!
fast and very small fish.
Okay, it's this round. You get a bunch of studs for, but how
This
do you
is
get
fucked
points?
up.
Oh, there's a big fish over there. Look at that.
Oh.
That's gonna be nice. Oh wait, no, that's a person.
Look at that big fish.
Guys, I haven't been able to get close to any fish at all.
Wait, is there fish in
We
the
should
sky?
Just have fun and play with our toys.
Yeah, there's fish in the
Is that a big
sky.
fish in the sky? Oh no, I think people are just like breaking geometry and it's flying everywhere.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Well, there's some sort of like game volume slider, but we don't have the text for that yet.
I'm at
121 seconds left to nuke all the fish.
What's that timer?
There's a timer.
Yeah, this is like a mini.
I can't reach that one. I
You know,
can't.
those are fish in the sky. They're like more spawning in.
I reached
Oh,
it!
it's like glowing.
Fuck you! Oh god.
Oh, someone appears to be getting fish points. I have been beaten on the studs stage.
This is traumatic. I think I'm going to get PTSD for being in first person during this.
I wish that Active had an evidence.
Ah! Help me! Oh my god.
Oh my god, I got launched.
What?
I'm gone.
Yeah,
I'm gone.
okay, I'm somewhere.
Oh,
Oh,
use
okay, I'm back.
Use the first item in your inventory. Teleport to that.
Somebody in chat said, "What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on big rats?" I can't answer your question right now.
What, you don't have thoughts on rats? because
I
they're
do have
so
thoughts
dumb?
on rats, but I'm busy destroying all the fish in the sea.
Man, there's like a big problem with like how much fish people are taking out of the ocean. We need to take away all their Roblox
I
stars.
can't tell. What the fuck? Why is that still in the air? We got this.
Oh, new fish spawned.
Was that it? Are we done? No, okay.
Oh, right in the balls.
It's kind of like launch.
Hold on, I have to fix my fucking chat. I just realized.
Look, this fish investment is playing dividends.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have so many studs. Oh my. Okay. If you stand on one of the broken pieces and shoot directly under yourself, you get launched.
I love trying to prop fly in any game you can find.
So,
No, we're killing Plab. We're fucking killing, or we're killing Mr. Adamfish.
ah, it's
Oh
gone.
my god,
Okay. Wake
the
up.
one final explosion.
Okay, finally. I have to put my chat correctly. Hold on. We're killing Mr. Adamfish, by the way.
Oh my god, look how much money people
That's
got.
not
The fish
yeah.
investment is paying off.
Thank you for the follow, Debug Empty. Thank you for the subscription. Holy shit. I appreciate it. Thank you for the
I would
Prime
have gotten
sub.
way more if I actually knew what fish we were trying
Subscribe
to
with
hit.
Prime. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. If you subscribe with Prime, did you know that's for free? If you have Amazon Prime and you haven't done it yet, you can subscribe to free and support me for free. You didn't say mean things about rats, so I subbed. It's too easy. It's too easy.
I feel like harder to find a rat hater than a rat liker nowadays. Like I'm a New Yorker and I like rats.
You just never go outside.
Rats go inside. That's usually why people dislike them.
They trapped me in the roof.
Where?
Oh, is this literally? This is literally the thing we saw last time. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember this.
I do, and I have better
I love
memory
to
than you, it
subscribe.
seems.
Subscribe to me.
Yeah, no, I think we did this one.
What do you-
Did anything even happen on this one?
This is Weedland.
Yo, when is Mr. Beast gonna release in Mr. Feastable's edibles?
Oh, you're actually a
I
rat
can't think
behind
of
a
a good,
keyboard.
Like, portmanteau.
Mr. Fedibles.
No. These edibles make you go.
Oh god,
beast.
there's enemies. There's enemies underground. They're killing me.
That's
What? There's
what you
combat?
deserve. Oh, the crowbar teleports
The
you back to
evil
the bed.
enemies.
Okay.
Oh, I got. Okay,
Yeah,
wait. Wait,
I'm not
wait,
used to
Bell,
Twitch
follow me.
stuff. Huh?
Bell, behind you. Here, follow me. Look, there's underground right here.
Okay.
You see, just like lighter bricks, just like there you go.
You know, I felt like when I was setting up the stream and I realized I was gonna have to run it in 720. Which, by the way, I get a new PC literally on Saturday. I will have my new PC set up, so hopefully I won't have to do that anymore. But something that gave me a lot of peace when I was setting up this stream and I realized like, oh, I'm gonna have to run it in 720p because it just lags otherwise. I was like, well, it's the weed stream, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Like,
Wait, did you get
Like
a key card?
everyone's
What'd you
vision is
get?
gonna be blurry.
it's not only that. Also, I'm playing Roblox, so it's like that game does not need high graphics on stream.
And half the people watching are in game.
Yeah. If you
Oh,
guys,
you know, I know it's like token, but if we have this many
It's not the
people, could
Prime
you imagine
Gaming?
Item Asylum.
I'm watching it in
God.
160p.
We could do.
I thought about Item Asylum, but I do also think that might break the stream.
I think last time we ended
think
on
it'd be
Item
too
Asylum,
bad.
so we can end it on Item Asylum.
Maybe, yeah. I have a whole list today. It's gonna be. It basically goes back and forth. It goes like surreal game, funny game, horror game, funny game, surreal game, funny. Like it's that kind of idea.
Also, Bell, did you get a key card? I see you got an
I
item
did.
inventory.
Wait, let me count the games I
Oh.
have just to give everyone an expectation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. And then if we have time after all those games, if there's more games we want to play, I do have a surreal. It's called a surreal. It is a game on Roblox called Surreal Game Finder, and it's just a randomizer for surreal games with 1,000
See.
games. So if we're still playing after the 11, then we're fine. Second person
I
I've
don't think
interacted with that
Zombieland
plays.
has as much content.
No, I'm trying to figure out where this key card goes.
Yeah, we have a
Figure
key
out-
card. We have to get somewhere. Second person I've interacted with that plays Roblox while high on weed. First was my buddy Kat from Germany. I assumed no one else would be crazy enough to do that, but here we are. Dude, I was thinking about it because I got weed, and I was like, okay, I need to do another Tokers Trials stream. And I decided, like, Roblox would probably be the best because other people that are my friends can get high. And also, no. I mean, yeah, I guess we can because...
Yeah, we've seen this world and there's not much to it.
Roblox on Nutmeg stream? Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, I thought, like, Roblox is, like, social games like this are I think, the most fun to do on Wii.
You might feel high because you fucked up something inside of you.
That's true.
I still love that quote so much. It's my beloved.
Marcy, that's funny. You can post that in stream images. Don't worry.
Alright, we're role-playing me this morning and just going right back to sleep as soon as we wake up.
What the hell? Roblox on crack when? You have to donate 200... The $20,000... The $20,000 stream donation goal is actually a front. It's not for weed. It's for fentanyl.
They don't allow crack on Twitch. You have to go to Kick for that.
That's true.
Oh, great. Oh, God. This is the claustrophobia room.
What? This isn't very claustrophobic. It's big and open.
It seems quite open.
There appears to be some sort of unknown language here.
Oh.
It's called Spanish.
What the fuck? Oh.
Yeah.
Hello,
Good breath.
Riley13579. I like your Tails shirt. It reminds me of my Sonic shirt that I also have. I like your shirt. That's a good shirt.
I still have the key card from the Zombieland.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the flaming circle. The Roblox people love that flaming
Thank
circle.
you for the
decal.
Prime sub, the Blue Earth. I appreciate it a
Flaming
lot. Hello, Flafmg. Flafmg, I guess. I just said Flafmg. I thought that'd be funny. Welcome to the
There
stream.
appears to be like a big torture and pain element to our dreams that I think is really indicative of some sort of problems.
Oh, we should play that
No,
one game.
that's
This
how
isn't
cool.
on the list, but we should play that one game that's like the Cartwright game that has like the weird 2D graphics. You know what I'm talking about?
Whoopsie.
Flafmg.
Oh yeah. That it's
So,
like
like,
a
Cartwright
Oh,
for
Flafmg.
Corn
Yes,
dog.
Cartwright.
Flafmg.
It's like insufferable unless you do the.
Hi.
No, that game is insufferable. Period. I played
That's
it for
true,
like hours.
but it would be really funny high. What's up?
Hello,
Something from
Jelly.
Eswar. Lucy, I finally caught a stream. Hi, Jelly. That's awesome. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you are here to watch us punish ourselves. Yay! Hi. Hi, Jelly. Hello. Yeah, we can wake up. I haven't found anything to do here.
Yeah. Someone in chat said skibbity language. You lost 2 points for that. And I have to say, a lot of you are rapidly accruing
Oh,
dead
God, that
points.
gift sucks. Cart right into corn dog. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. You've been here? Oh, okay. Thank you for the follow. Something from elsewhere. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thank you for following
Wait,
my channel. Thank
wait,
you for the
outside's
following my
different.
channel. Make sure to donate $20,000 so I can buy crack and do a crack stream as my final stream on Twitch and overdose and die on live. The first one to ever do it.
I'll find my spare $20,000 under my couch.
Do you guys like the new PNG tuber? I think it's pretty awesome.
I remember this one.
Oh,
I
this fucking
think
parkour level.
See this right here? This right here, $20,000. Look, this is how 20 hours left. I think you should donate to the $20,000.
This is starting to
should
seem like a
donate
Mr.
the
Beast video. You've done a lot of advertising. in
Tokers
10
trials. Right here, trials. That's true.
$20,000. Wait. Blood rotation. The last one to leave is gets $20,000.
That's true. Hello, Chronic TX. I'm the person with weed is now legal where I live. Until last month, it was illegal. Where is that? I don't know if weed. No, we're not done yet.
Are you sure? This is the level that got us to stop playing last time. I
Yeah.
do remember that.
I'm thinking about like when you, oh, Brazil. Okay. Yeah.
It's got some like cool torture orbs here.
What is going on? Is this real? Where am I? I made it into the
Chat,
gravity
is this
coil room.
real?
This is
I
my.
was just saying, you could just like dream about $20,000.
Ow! That scared me. Hello,
I've dreamed about
cool
money
stream,
so
brother.
many
Welcome to the
times, and not
stream.
once have I been able to keep it.
You are so brave.
It sucks.
This
If you have a
shirt,
dream
this shirt
about
is so
money,
cool. I don't know who this is, but your shirt is really cool.
What were you saying, Jelly?
If you have a dream about money and you like find money in your dream, I think you should keep it.
Yeah, keep your
Yeah.
dream money. Guys,
I hear
keep
that's
dying.
that's the new platform that Joe Biden is running on. Like he gave it the candidacy, but he's just running again as someone else.
We need
He
to.
really wants to give people all the money they dream about in their dreams.
We should wake up and do one more dream and then move to the next game.
Okay.
But I can't
Yeah,
wake
let's
up.
see if
It
this
won't let
stream
me
has
click the
anything
button.
more to offer. It might be on cooldown because we already did a call of votes.
Everybody spam the button. Tails
You
is
know,
the
it's
best.
on cooldown.
That's
I see the button. It's still not working though.
I do not think spamming the button will increase or decrease the cooldown at all.
What's the next game? You will see.
There you go.
Is Item Asylum gonna be like the carrot we're dangling over their heads like, ooh, you want to play Item
Wait,
Asylum?
I do another fucking web video, but every time I see Bart, I take a hit.
Yeah.
How many times are you actually come across Bart on like your day-to-day life?
Billions.
I said I
billions.
teased that the next video was gonna be You're the Dog Now Man, but or the You're the Man Now Dog. But I looked into it. I actually don't think that is gonna make a good web video. I'll be honest. I think I might do it on something else. How did you find all the ancient websites from XYZ? XYZ was all
Marcy.
XYZ was all God, it's hitting, as you can tell. XYZ was all recommendations from my Discord. That entire video was just me going through the recommendations channel in my Discord and playing looking at websites people suggested. Here's a game called Babdy, which is so fucking weird. I think it'd be funny to play.
Oh, this one again. Okay.
I'll look at
Oh
it.
my god, okay.
All right, next game.
Next game.
Next
All
game.
right,
I
chat.
don't have Roblox. I'm just here chilling.
You can that Roblox is free for everyone.
I remember seeing too much porn on You're the Man Dow Dog. Yeah, I just realized it's kind of one thing only. All right, I'm not going to tell the people in the call what game we're playing next.
Oh boy, that usually means something bad.
But I'll just post the private server, and you'll see. This one was recommended. It looks great.
Bella's like ability to pick games in this is kind of infamous from all the Roblox roulettes we did.
Are we playing Roblox? Yes, we are. It's free.
I would get Roblox, but to download it is very large.
Okay.
Is it?
For me, at least. I don't have a lot of space in my
Okay.
computer.
This is the private server link. Here we go. This is the game that we are playing. Everybody join in. Thank you
waiting
for
with
the
bated breath.
thank you for
How
the one
joyful.
thank you for
Oh.
the one gifted sub CMG Steel Virus. Thank you for the one gifted sub CMG Steel Virus. Thank you for the one gifted sub. Thank you for the one gifted sub CMG Steel Virus. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
you got it. We got it.
I suggested this. It's my fault. I did see this. This was one I thought would be fun to put in here.
Joyful
okay.
Markiplier's Jolly Obby.
It's so
great.
jolly! Yay! Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas to... Oh, shit. Stop exploding! Stop!
Wait, is this hidden behind a paywall? Right
Merry
away?
Christmas! Merry
I'm
Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas!
Okay.
Merry Christmas!
Okay. How do we stop this?
You just have to
Can't.
go. What's going on? Stop
my God.
blowing us up! Stop doing that!
Pop-ups on my screen.
That's what do you mean there's pop-ups on your screen? What'd you do?
I don't know. There was just pop-ups.
Ah!
You guys
Ah!
weren't getting the pop-ups. That's
Ah!
what I'm talking about.
No.
I just got them. Oh, fuck! It made me walk up the edge. God damn
I was
it!
getting the pop-ups.
Ah! Stop exploding us!
Is someone spending money on the Jolly Markiplier Roblox?
No, I think you could just get a rocket launcher from the giver at the beginning of
You
the
know,
game.
there's literally a thing at the beginning to get rocket launcher, but it blows you up too.
Yeah, you
There's pop-ups.
stop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Santa.
The pop-ups are from like the obby itself. Like if you try and walk on it, it gives pop-ups
Stop.
to make it
On
harder.
what? What am I walking on?
On the stage, like the little thing.
Oh, just
here.
oh my God, there's so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop.
You literally cannot get rid of them fast enough.
You can do it. I can move.
Robux.
Move out of the way. It worked. I made it.
All right, I just gotta. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
No,
I really
fuck
hope it's
more.
only this stage this happens.
God.
Look, okay, I can still see a bit. I can still see.
Skip
a bit.
stage.
I
It
really
costs
love
20
how it
Robux.
adds- I really love how it adds like just
No.
like spawning you backwards.
Oh yeah, you can use click to move. I forgot about this.
It's putting more pop-ups on my
right.
screen the further I get.
Click to move has smart tracking, so you'll just go directly where you want to.
Go. No, everybody's in my
does?
way.
Where's
Click to
click
move
to
doesn't
move?
work.
It does it not work in this the same?
It doesn't work because people are in my way. Oh wait,
Oh.
wait. It's working. It's working. It's working. Yes. I don't care about the pop-ups.
Literally hacking in the Markiplier.
Oh my God, there's so
Just
many of them at me. Help! Help! I can't see. Did I make it? I
There
think
I
I
go.
made it. Can anyone else see me? Did I make it?
I'm making it. It's working.
I think I did it. I have to get rid of all the pop-ups. There's like 60 million of them on my screen, but I think I made it.
Where's the checkpoint? I can't see my screen.
I can't see either. I have to get rid of all the pop-ups.
Okay. You only have like a couple. Mine's just there's no way to get rid of mine. Okay, where do I need to move to hit the checkpoint?
Right here. But just walk 2 steps
That's-
forward. You did it.
Okay.
Literally unplayable. Well, look
My
what
God,
I did.
There's so many.
I
What?
don't
No.
think it's literally unplayable if I oh. Okay.
Oh my God.
This is more like Markiplier extorts money out of you.
Is this Markiplier?
It's random. This is just a different stage.
What?
Oh wait, if you jump, you get out of the ball.
Oh. No, you not
Oh,
permanently
I see
though.
more click to move, cowards.
Wait, can
Are
I
you
click
try-
to move the ball?
You can, but it doesn't really work because of how much you roll.
It's gonna work. Chat, this game is awesome. Whoever recommended this should live a long and prosperous life. How did you even find this?
You don't want to hear. You don't want to know what happens when you recommend a bad game.
Swear to God. No.
Hey, can everybody in my chat talking about dumb shit that doesn't matter to the stream stop talking about dumb shit that doesn't matter to the stream? All you guys stop that.
Stop it! Stop!
Dude, I don't know. I'm playing a marble game, I think.
You're playing a Markiplier?
Markiplier?
And do I love Markiplier?
Am I dead?
I love
Are
Markiplier.
There's just so many pop-ups.
No, if you
What
die, the
am I
pop-ups go
doing?
away. So that's like the only way you can really know.
I can't move. Oh, fuck. Guys, I don't think I'm gonna beat this hobby tonight, I'll be real. I don't know if I can do
I
it.
can't stop yet.
This is miserable. This is awful.
Just use click to move.
Where's click to move?
It's in settings and movement mode,
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
and you gotta right click to where you want to move.
Is server full? I have no idea. Maybe.
I
Oh,
appear
no,
to be
Saw.
permanently shift locked for some reason.
Oh,
So
no, we're so close.
Guys, I'm fucking doing it. I'm playing monkey ball as slow as fucking possible. I thought I just died. Oh god, that gives you momentum. Careful on that platform. That one gives you momentum. You have to be really careful. I'm about to make it.
what?
I did it! I did it! What now?
God. Oh my god. No. Oh, that is downhill. That's why I was speeding up on that one. Okay.
Oh, what's up? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you guys seeing? What the fuck? What do you mean? You can't. What? Why are you playing this game if you go look at this shit? Look at this shit. What the hell,
down,
dude?
jump down,
Get
push
down
them
there. Get them off. Go die to Santa. Go fucking. You should die. You should die to Santa.
They give me bait. They give me bait. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Let's go.
Go.
Oh, it's fine. I'm fine. Yes. Yes. Kill Minecraft rules. Kill. Oh god. Oh god. No. Yes.
Oh, I do want to remind you, if you die, we have to do the ball part again.
What? No. Okay, I made it. Okay. Jesus Christ. No.
This is worse.
This person said Fortnite
No!
is good. Reddit Nation assemble.
Oh my god, you have to do the ball part again.
I made it. That was actually easy as fuck. Look. Fuck you, Gold.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
Wait a
what the
minute.
fuck?
You could just cheat. You could just cheat.
Gold.
Can you cheat?
You could just step
What's
on
up,
the
Sai?
side of the platforms and not get teleported.
Well, now what?
It's smoke to lift you up.
Oh. Guys, this is
I'm
heaven,
gonna be
I
honest,
think.
the ball game was not that bad. I did it on my
What the
second
fuck?
try.
I was getting pushed by other people. Most people have moved on from there.
This is such an easy
Oh my
dropper.
god.
What the fuck? I don't understand what you're supposed to do here.
It's one specific route.
What is this Santa boss fight? What do you do?
Oh,
Just
it's
walk past.
oh,
them.
it's one specific route. Okay.
Okay, so the first one's bottom left. I don't know what the second one is.
It's bottom left.
Wait, can we play the fucking like
right.
fruit game where it throws images of fruit at you?
I
and it
yeah,
flashes
I
images
have
on the
one of
screen?
those on the
Wait,
list.
that one video of the kid like crying about it.
I have one of those
We
on the
got
list.
Golden Freddy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
No,
is.
Pineapple.
I thought I figured it out, but no, I didn't.
Like this.
The
Oh,
coal platform is the
I don't
hardest
want to
to
do
avoid
the
it
next
seems.
part. I'm looking at this. I don't want to do this.
Oh my god. Wait, people have made it over there?
How far?
Oh my god, I did it. I did it for a second. What a second. Bell, it's all the way top left, I'm pretty sure. That's what it seems like. Yeah, okay.
Why did I die?
Hey,
You gotta
pro
go
tip
like
for
all
the
the
coal
way.
jumps.
Okay.
It's easiest if you do it on the edge, because you have less risk of getting hit by coal on accident. So
What,
just
is
do
this
it on the edge.
Markiplier balls?
I did it.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh, they hurt. They hurt. Oh my god.
That is Markiplier. Are these mines on the ground?
I'm assuming.
Ow,
I mean,
fuck.
that one's not that bad.
You gotta be fast. You gotta be fast. Dude. Fuck!
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Who? I forgot who recommended this, but I should ban them from my server. Ah!
Oh, these are just banana peels, but they roll around.
How do you beat the
Ah!
dropper?
The dropper's bottom left, top left. Just hug the left wall and walk forward.
We're probably not going to deviate too much from the games list I have already set up, chat. Just because I can't verify whether or not whatever game people suggest is going to actually be good stream content. I actually hate this
Oh my
game,
God.
someone said in chat. Yeah. I made
Think of all the
it!
good games we've played that we spent less time on.
You have to
than this.
understand the sunk cost. What? Who the fuck just punched? You just pushed me off.
I feel like the whole purpose of understanding the sunk cost fallacy is avoiding it.
I mean, the ball
no.
stopped. Wait, the ball. Go.
Chat,
go.
are you ready
Ball
for
stop.
Christmas this year?
Wait. Are
I was
people?
never ready.
Hi,
Oh,
hi,
people.
hi.
So if you stay on this button, it spawns the ball. So who's someone doing it to us?
I have a mission.
Oh,
Fuck you, B! Fuck you!
Fuck you, asshole! Motherfucker!
Yeah, you guys have to deal with these fucking Markiplier balls. Sorry.
Buff Markiplier.
Turn off the balls? No.
An image of Golden Freddy on my screen like the one game.
Markiplier wall.
Hey, what's
Bill,
up?
You gotta come up ahead.
Yeah,
There's
you
crazy
deserve
stuff
that.
happening.
Markiplier, you got Markiplier bald.
Markiplier.
Okay.
I don't think it spawns the balls towards the edge.
I just realized the fucking lava is coal.
Yeah.
It took you that long?
Is that Markiplier?
How much did you take?
Bill, you're not ready for this one. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my
Was
god.
that the bite of
Cover
87?
him up, slut.
Oh my god. Look at the curves. Jesus
Bear
Christ.
trap. Ah, stop.
Jacksepticeye.
It kills you? Okay, don't touch it. It kills you.
I didn't fucking
Is this like
expect the
guess
big
the
ass Markiplier
Markiplier?
wall. Oh god, that.
You have to like, what is the next
Go
box
fast!
behind us?
It's Markiplier wall. Oh my god, wait, it turns? Okay, you gotta be fast.
I can't fucking. Okay, I have to wait because people keep doing the. Wait, this is my chance. I can go. Does the Markiplier wall keep following you?
Yeah, it turns. It turns.
Oh god, you have to get through the bear trap segment, dodging the Markiplier wall.
And you have to type the names fast enough.
It follows you with
typing
the
button?
names. No.
This fucking Markiplier typing quiz.
Wait, if you go to the top right of the bear traps, maybe you can avoid it when it turns and get behind
My
it.
normal typing speed is
I'm gonna
is
try.
100 words per minute, but 200 words per minute for the word Markiplier alone.
No, I don't think I can. Wait. Oh wait, I see what you mean. I think I can do it.
You gotta go all. Oh.
That's Christmas! Is it not Christmas?
Oh, Saucilly
Christmas
did avoid
tree.
it. Wait, Saucilly did it. It's the
I'm so smart. I just have to actually be able to do it.
fuck. Fuck.
Supposedly, why do you have Coca-Cola branding?
No. Wait, Saucer, they can't move?
So they
Sponsored.
can't move.
What do you mean you can't move?
What? No. Oh, I thought I was back at the start for a second.
God damn it. God damn it. This game fucking sucks, dude. We gotta go.
Okay.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna the fucking Markiplier wall.
Jacksepticeye! I made it! I made it! I made past the wall. I made past the wall.
You said Jacksepticeye so frantically. Jacksepticeye! Oh, please.
You can't even see anything in the chat. It's just a Markiplier Christmas tree, Markiplier Christmas tree. Jacksepticeye.
We gotta be so fucking quick, guys. We gotta be so fucking quick. This game
Okay,
fucking sucks.
I'll just keep typing Markiplier for you guys.
Get trolled. Get trolled. Fucking cunt.
Yeah, that's what you deserve for trolling people. Please, please, no. Don't fucking bring the rocket launcher into this, you fucking asshole! How did you get the rocket launcher all the way here?
They did all that for the one gag.
You still have it? I'm gonna ban you from my private server.
B, come on. No.
I couldn't type Jacksepticeye fast enough.
Okay,
The
I'll
mold
have
moves too fast.
Help
You need
me.
someone else to type it for you.
I'll have
I'm not-
Jacksepticeye ready.
Chat just said bro turned into Morty. I'll have you know, chat, I am not a bro. Oh fuck.
Saw made it. Saw made it.
This
Are we
game,
really all trying to get over here?
This is like the hardest level, I think.
this game
The
is giving
traps
me
are
a
hitting me whenever we
huge
get
fucking
close.
headache.
We might need to stop just for like the ability to critique. To
Say
keep going.
Markiplier! Ah! Say Christmas tree! Please, please, please!
I was typing Jacksepticeye. Someone else needs to do Christmas tree.
I need to copy and paste it. Hold on. Okay.
I'm typing Jacksepticeye. It got. It's getting blocked. It's getting tagged.
How do we beat it if Jacksepticeye is getting tagged?
How did you
No,
say it
it's because
before?
I'm typing it so much. It's starting to get tagged.
Oh god, you're gonna ruin the whole fucking game.
It still works. It still works. It just gets tagged.
Fuck! Ah! Everybody's just gotta spam one of the 3 recommended words in chat, so it works out for everybody. Fuck.
No one's typing Christmas tree.
Okay.
I have
okay,
Christmas
I'll
tree
type
copied.
Okay, I keep typing Jacksepticeye. Someone else gotta type Christmas tree.
I'm getting hit by things that I'm not even close to.
Fuck!
I was literally. How is that touching me?
I landed on the coal bar. I just didn't even time it right. I'm gonna land on the fucking coal bar again! Markiplier, please!
I can't type that. Markiplier. I can't even spell it right.
I have Christmas tree pasted. I'm ready for everybody's just gotta be spamming
Oh my
Markiplier.
I died to the fucking coal.
Okay, guys, in chat, someone needs to be typing Markiplier.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, guys!
There's
Nobody.
no reason. Are we the only two left back here?
No, not that chat. Somebody just said it in my Twitch chat. Guys,
Oh,
not Twitch
Hey,
chat,
Christmas
Roblox
tree,
chat.
Christmas tree. How did I get hit by the fucking coal?
I'm the one who has Christmas tree save. Mark, yes. I forgot about the coal. I forgot about the coal.
Oh my god.
Okay, everybody just keep saying Markiplier.
Oh my god.
Wait, did you touch it? Oh.
No.
No!
Chris, you said it twice.
Christmas true.
Yeah.
I'm the only one left. I'm the only one back here. Help me.
Okay, I'm ready.
Help me. Help me.
Go, 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 go.
Yes. No. Fucking asshole. Fuck you.
Oh my
God damn it.
Okay, ban that guy. That guy just left. I think he just. Oh no, he's just getting more rockets. He's switching stages. That's what he keeps doing. Yep.
Help me. 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 God damn it.
Okay, which one do you need help with?
Markiplier. Everybody needs to type Markiplier and then Jacksepticeye. I got
Everyone
Christmas
said-
tree.
Type Markiplier.
How long until Alt F4? This is the best game I've ever played.
Well, come on, it's ready. You just gotta go.
I see someone
forgot about
holding
the
the
coal.
rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's this guy.
Don't fucking rocket launcher me again. I'll ban you from my private server.
He just used it. It's the chance.
It's your chance.
Where are you staying? How much longer is this? I don't think there's that much left.
You
honestly.
fucking idiot! Don't fucking do that anymore. You're wasting time.
We gotta get through the Markiplier, Abby.
Christmas tree.
Go, go, go!
Go, 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 go.
I got it.
My
Okay,
God, we
okay.
fucking made it. Now we have the Markiplier quiz.
Oh, got that.
I'm just getting pushed into things.
Right, right, right. Nope. Okay.
Right, middle.
Right, middle, left.
Oh, fuck.
Right, middle, left, right.
I made it. My head fell on a thing. This is... I don't...
What does that have to do with Markiplier
Guess
or
who
Christmas?
This
Guess
is
who
the
just
this
beat
is
the
the
ball
this is the
section
car
like the Super
this is
Monkey
the
Ball
car
section?
from this is the car
Wait,
from
Five, you're all the way back in the monkey ball.
Yeah, I just beat it.
What? You haven't gotten past it yet?
No, I just got past it.
what the fuck?
So many cars.
Somebody said I'm unsubbing Markiplier. Just follow this. Just follow the big car. Oh wait, that doesn't help. The other cars still spawn. Okay. Well,
Got these hitboxes. What is-
When do we stop playing this?
when we beat
I
it,
see the end. I see the end up there. I'm pretty sure that's the end.
we have to beat
It's
the.
just gonna
There
teleport
is
you
no
back to the
end.
beginning.
Two people are on stage 14. There's 20 stages? Okay. We're
Okay,
10
maybe
stages.
maybe we get rid of the Markiplier game now.
Okay. All right. Everybody's saying. All right. All right. All right.
Alright, okay. Okay, nope, okay, enough of that.
No, I just got to stage 5.
Subscribe to Markiplier.
Don't
I'm
unsubscribe.
unsubscribing.
All right. Thank you for the other gifted sub, CMG Still
Oh,
Virus.
Gold, you got it.
Our next.
What did I get? The gift
You
sub?
got
Oh
the
yeah.
gift sub.
Oh, fun. Okay. Our next game is we're going back to Surreal now. We're not playing. Oh, this experience does not support private servers.
Okay. Markiplier Joyful was horror. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That was a horror game, yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a horror game.
It
psychological.
was.
You could
No, it
fast
was more
travel
of
back
like
to
it
the
was more
start.
existential. It was like, what are the consequences of Markiplier's existence?
Okay,
And this is one of them.
this game does not have access for private servers. So, I mean, it only has 2 servers open. One has 5 people in it, and one has one has 3 people in it. So I'm just gonna join that one. My
What's
friends
the
are gonna
max
join me.
size?
12. So
All
Okay,
right,
yeah.
well, there's I'd say
We
something
don't-
like to us first, but like I
Wait,
can't.
like hide your screen so you don't see what game it is.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. How do I do that?
Do I friend you to join you? No,
Just
she'll
hide
post the link
hide
in
the
chat.
source.
I'll post a link of the game we're playing in chat as soon as I'm in. Hello MLG2460. You are now subbed, which is awesome. Okay, just join me. There's only 4 people in this game. So everybody in call will be able to get in at least.
I don't see you in the game yet. I'm waiting patiently.
I'm in. I joined. This is another hello Stitch, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the other wow, gifted lots of gifted subs from CMG Still Virus today. I really appreciate it. Thank you a lot.
Hello.
I'm gonna head out.
Okay, bye Jelly.
Bye, Jelly.
Okay. Are all of you joined me?
Yeah, is this like actual multiplayer? Are we able to like group up?
I don't know. Wait. How does this work?
New. Okay, friends log. I mean, oh, you have to create a login, new profile, I guess.
What the
Play.
fuck?
Wait. Okay.
Wait, I have a profile. Did we try to do this already?
No, I think it's just a default profile.
Thank you for the resub, Stitch. I appreciate it. Oh, okay, wait. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
What
Okay,
is going
tab,
on?
tab for an image. What is this game?
How did you join me?
People might be just going on your profile and seeing.
Yeah, some people have you friended.
What is happening?
Wait, Gold, how did you join my game?
I'm just already here. What do you mean?
Oh, you're joinable
Yeah, I said that.
now.
God.
You're not
It's so
attacking-
loud?
What kind of game is this? A fighting game?
This is a fighting game?
It's what it seems like. You're just stabbing each other.
Okay, chat. I've played this game for 5 minutes and I've decided it's not worth it. We're gonna move. Yeah, the
Alright.
source was hidden because I was figuring out
The
if the
source-
game would be worth it. That game was the depths
Source
of
is-
reality, and it was just way too overwhelming for a Wii game. So we're gonna move on now.
I don't know. I like swinging the machete.
Okay, this next game has nobody in it, so we can just join a public server. It doesn't have a private servers anyway. Everybody join me. What was the game? It was called fucking the depths. It was called the depths of reality. We're in a level 1 hype train. What the fuck?
That's scary.
Thank you for the level 1 hype train. Completely substantiated by.
We're doing another obby again? Oh boy.
I don't know if
bro.
this is an obby. I just fucking joined it.
Oh, it said a lobby, not obby. Sorry.
This has a 50 player size. So 50 people can play this game, so.
I'm gonna be honest, I saw the music box and I thought it was called fucking Music Boy.
Is this copyrighted music?
Nobody knew.
Does
Okay.
it matter on Twitch?
Not really.
Yeah.
You're really Stitch.
Okay. I hit the portal to the left, and I just got warped to another game.
Okay, we all need to go in
Oh,
the
good.
same portal, but we're waiting.
I went to the one directly to the left as soon as you walk in.
Okay,
Wait, so, like,
everybody,
the red one or the white
everybody,
one?
follow me.
The white one.
We're going in this portal, everybody.
Bell, that's to the right.
No, wait, no, I think. Wait, no, Bell, the other one behind you.
You said the
Oh,
white
it's
one.
too late now.
I said to the left when you walk
He
in.
also said to the left, and you picked the one
Yeah.
that's on the right.
The one on the left is wider. In truth.
What? My graphics have to be set at 6 to fucking play this game? I don't think I'm gonna play this for long because it's not gonna run well on stream.
I'm in. I don't know where I am.
I broke the fabric of reality.
I'm in a. I don't think I can see any. I'm not like near anyone. Is anyone here?
Is this like a game where the lobbies multiple people, but the experiences within are only single player? That might be it.
Oh, this game is a single. Why the
Might
fuck
be.
were people submitting single player games? Whatever. All right, fine. Our next fucking game. People were submitting single player games. I thought that one wasn't gonna be single player because I was like, wait.
Oh, this game literally crashed my game. I can't like escape. It's frozen.
You're entombed forever and you're never getting out.
Okay, chat. We have a new game with a private server.
Oh, your game's frozen too. Okay, so this is just the game that crashes your game.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Okay, well, let me go ahead and get the private server link. We're moving on. It's a memory leak. It went up to 7 gigabytes of RAM. What the fuck?
What? How do you like? Does Roblox have no protection against that?
Okay, don't join this game apparently because it fucks your CPU apparently. Jesus Christ. Okay. Don't worry, chat. I'm fixing it. I'm not fixing your PCs, by the way. I'm just trying to fucking get into this game. There's a
There's
Dino game
that used up 120 gigabytes of my RAM. Why do you have 120
Yeah, why do you
gigabytes
have
of RAM?
128 gigabytes of RAM? What are you gonna even
For
do with
fun.
all that? What are you doing? What are you gonna do?
Notification, I just...
Look,
I
if
got
it's there,
some-
you gotta. If it's there, you gotta use it. There's only 2 percentages of utilization: 0% and 100%. That's how we
Look,
keep it real.
notification.
That's how we keep it real. Okay, wait. All right, chat. I have our next game. We've had to skip a couple, so we probably will need to use that. We probably will need to use that fucking chat.
I don't know. Item Asylum could also like.
No, because Item
Just
Asylum doesn't
come
run
up-
well.
It doesn't. Aw.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought.
I
Okay.
sent the private server in Gerald. We're gonna join into the. I'm gonna send it. I'm sending it in the Discord first, so all my friends can join the private server, and then I'll send it in the chat.
Another obby, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but now we are doing 2 obbies back to back.
It wouldn't have been 2 obbies back to back if either of those games were good, but one of those games fucking broke everybody's computer. All right, chat. Here is the
I
next
can't wait for
private
the
server
Breaking
link.
Bad hobby.
We're playing the Breaking Bad obby. Oh, I get to choose who I get to play as. This is fun. I love Surreal Game Finder. Yeah, we'll probably end up using that if we run out of money or run out of time.
It'll be Jesse.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Jesse. Also, my graphics are up to 6 because that fucking game requires your graphics to be up to 6 for some reason.
Okay, wait. When you pick a character, you spawn above the world. Okay.
But no, I picked my character just fine.
Oh, it warped me above the world. For some
All
reason.
right.
Oh, there.
Hello,
Yo!
Al.
If you want to break bad, you gotta complete my obby. Oh, don't fall into
Why don't
Jesse's extra
don't they
hot
have a-
chili pea mixture. Oh god.
Why don't they have baby Jesse in this?
Oh god, don't talk about baby Jesse. I don't have him set up.
Oh, you lose your character if you die. Okay.
I spawned
Oh, great.
outside of the level. I can look inside, but I can't possibly reach.
That's just
I'm
like
out.
living in real life.
Why
Yeah.
is this fucking
and
lagging?
shift
Why is this
lock
game
to see
lagging so
outside of
bad
the
compared to
geometry.
everything else I've played today?
Is your graphics still up?
No.
The problem is that it's loading the entire Breaking Bad.
Ayo,
episode
only
at
real
the end of
G's
the
like
day.
me know how to do this, obby. That's true.
Why are these jumps like so precise? What the hell?
Well, the stairs just fall down behind you when
I-
someone walked up ahead of you.
There is a G-Man skibbity toilet.
No,
I see.
no.
And it's scaring. I can see it.
No.
I can see it.
No.
There it
Cannot
is.
deny this to be
Just
true.
a dash of chili pea. That's true.
Yo, I'm gonna turn you into chili pea straight up. Man, this guy, they're really harping on the chili
Oh.
powder thing. That was
Fuck.
that existed for like 2 episodes of Breaking
It's
Bad.
Jesse's most defining characteristic. Shut up. Your position in line 1. Yeah, so this game only has 12 players lobbies,
damn it.
so.
There we go.
Your adventure is over? When did Jesse turn evil? Why is Jesse trying to stop me?
Wait, you're
What?
spoiling.
Spoilers.
Sorry. Well, it follows the exact same plot as Breaking Bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, the lava stairs got me, I'll be real.
Hopefully I won't be stuck for several minutes.
Dude,
like I
fuck
was
this
for
game.
the call.
It's
I think
okay.
that'd be
Never
quite
mind, this
difficult.
game's awesome.
Yo,
mean,
you're
this-
pretty good at this, but let's partner up. But first, we need a lawyer, and I know just the guy.
Wait for me, you're spoiling the story. Fuck.
I'm so
You're
invested.
pretty far behind.
Well, you're spoiling the whole game.
I can see an Among Us in the distance.
This game is spicy chili
What is this
slop.
jump? Okay.
Supposedly, why are you Luigi?
What?
Supposedly is Luigi.
That Ouija. Oh my god, what? Is that their character? Or did they like find Luigi morph?
No, you gotta go over here and see Luigi.
I'm
We're
coming.
just waiting here. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn you into chili. Wait, Jesse's gonna turn. Jesse's evil? See, I already knew
Remember,
that
do
because you
those
spoiled it.
jumps at the edge because they're way easier.
How did you turn into Luigi?
You gotta tell
Fuck.
us your Luigi secrets.
Hold on. Everybody wait. Everybody wait for me. God, my game keeps fucking lagging.
There's.
My eyes hurt.
Oh, it's the previous stage.
I think it's because I
The
have weed
precision
in my body.
platforming is gonna get.
Your
lit-
adventure is
Morph, I
over?
forgot.
Fuck.
Is there just like is there just secret morphs on this obby?
I need to
See
see
if you
Luigi.
could find all the Mario characters.
Fuck! I'm fine.
Oh wait, you can get behind the invisible wall.
What? Is that where the secret Luigi morph is?
You guys are doing everything without me.
We've
No,
been
we're
waiting
just
on like the
looking for
same
Luigi
stage.
more.
Yeah.
I made it.
Oh, high five, Sal.
We need to make an OK
Wait,
Zion
Gonzo, you're
obby.
Pepsi.
They already did
There is
OK
a
Zion
picture of it.
obby. There is one. Combust Lemonade Bay. Okay. Luigi!
There we go. Here you are.
Okay. Saw saying there's like a secret warp on the roof, but
What
they don't
the
remember how they
fuck?
got up there.
I'll figure it out.
Do you climb up the billboard? No.
You jump
I
onto
saw them.
it.
I saw them do like fucking Skyrim jumps over here, like scaling the geometry.
Yeah, wait. Maybe you jump up to the rock and then jump onto the billboard.
I can't get up.
Okay. Wait.
Everyone having team create access, that's kind of a cool idea, but I also think there is a security risk with that in some form, because I think people can add like images and stuff without me being able to moderate or Roblox being able to moderate, and they'd show up on my stream. So I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd want to do that. Maybe you can get onto the rocks and all right, whatever. I gotta keep doing
I
that.
think I'm giving up on Luigi. I'm giving up on Luigi. Let's continue
We'll
the
find
story mode.
more.
I'm stuck. Wait,
Yeah, you gotta go back from the way you came in on the left.
Yeah, with the rocks.
no, I'm just skipping. Never mind.
No, you can't. There's a wall over there too.
Wait.
Don't fall into Saul's shark-infested water. You're out of money? Well, I've got just the solution.
Why does Saul have shark-infested water? I get like the chili pea thing with Jesse, but this is a little bit too much creative liberty.
And there's
You know-
for the worst thing. There's chili powder on the phones.
What? What the
See
fuck?
that bank? We're gonna rob it Saul style. I know when he said that.
He did say that on the show.
No.
There's Chili P on the money. Now he's gone too far. This is Saul's speed booster.
Fuck! Fuck! This shit sucks ass.
Wow, you're an obby mess. You might be able to.
You're
replace
just
heal.
spoiling the whole story!
Can't catch me.
Stitch, get out of my fucking way. Look at how small you are. Look at how small you are. What
Well,
the
then they
fuck?
shouldn't be a problem.
This sucks. Leave me alone. Dude.
Paul Blart.
What? There's Paul Blart?
It's
Where?
not even. It's just like a secret I accidentally found.
See that bank? We're gonna rob it, Saul style.
Paul Blart
Oh,
as well.
fuck.
I thought it was gonna be a morph, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you guys know what I did to Paul Blart.
We just don't know.
No, you
Guys,
do.
there's one more obby until I reach the bank.
What? How did you get all the way over
the
there?
final obby.
Fuck. Did you not read the novelization? The Saul Sharkwater arc lasted half the book. They had to make some hard decisions on what to cut when adapting it to a TV show. And the Saul Sharkwater was first to go. I don't understand why turning up my graphics is not...
that Jesse crying with a gun gif, he had to kill one of the sharks that was biting Walter.
Yeah, that was originally how that scene went. But they said, all right, fuck this game. I'm not getting all the way to the obby. Or not all the way through the... Not all the way to the... What?
You hate
Well,
this
they
more
made
than
Huel
Markiplier.
buff. Huel is not buff.
Okay, that's enough. That's
Oh,
enough
this
of
one?
that game.
This game is
I
awesome.
think there was a different Saul Goodman model at every checkpoint.
Oh, they know. They know the truth. Private servers are $100 in this game.
Which one?
Uh,
Breaking Bad obby?
no, there's a new game I found that there's 100 Robux for a private server.
My God.
So I'm just gonna join the server that has 2 people in it.
Invasion.
And we'll see how well that works. I think anybody can join on me. I think if you just look at my public Roblox account, you should be able to join on me.
Roadblock.
Okay, this is called Rooms Dreamcore Weirdcore.
Dreamcore.
So this one was suggested to me for obvious reasons. It is tanking on stream, but it is not tanking for real. So I don't know why that is.
There's a shop. What do they sell? How could they Avatar shop? Get out of here.
1 second.
You're already AFK. That's a very short timer.
Well, it's because I was here. I just sent a bunch of stuff.
How do I unflop?
You don't.
Or you say
Okay.
it again? Okay.
Chat, I'm increasing my performance. Hold on.
Oh, you can't enable gravity?
What the fuck? How are you moving your head that fast?
Well, that's what 128 gigabytes of RAM can do.
Shop? What is this
Why
like?
is there a shop?
This fucking
I can't
sucks.
I can't escape capitalism even in my dreams.
I'm going in here. Oh, it's so weirdcore. Oh, this is so weirdcore. Guys, this is so weirdcore.
Weirdcore Dreamcore.
This is so weirdcore dreamcore. This is so dreamlike.
So brutalist and liminalist.
This is so weirdcore.
Does anyone like actually have dreams like this? My dreams are mostly
No.
like conceptual.
Yeah. Oh, there's a button to invert the
All
colors.
my dreams happen in real life.
How join? You can join on my public Roblox profile, which is just, it's this.
Oh my gosh, shark infested waters.
I'm pretty sure
Kinito
anybody
Pet
can join
30
me
has
even if they're
spent
not
4
friended.
hours on this game.
Kinito Pet 30 is a legend.
I've got to be honest, I thought there was fucking chili pea sauce on these balloons. I was trying to avoid it.
Somebody said this is mostly a mass build. Nobody can join you? Well, some people got in here.
If no one's able to join, it probably means it's full.
No, because that would just be a queue, right?
Well, no, because the lobby's like there's a lot of people already here, so it's probably just full.
At the end of this, we are going to do an avatar showcase. I'm ripping off Jerma's video, but who cares? I think it's fun. You guys can send me friend requests, and I'll try to accept everybody from stream who sends me friend requests.
Wait, how do we escape? Do we have to fall down?
I'll try.
Oh, I thought it was like...
That's the one I can't. Okay, wait, to fall. You gotta fall.
Oh, and then we get to this other one. Yeah, I'll try to accept
Oh, no, this
Roblox
is where we
friend
were.
requests.
We're going backwards now.
Okay, we'll just try a different door then, because that's like that goes nowhere.
What
is
the
this,
fuck?
doors?
Eyes?
Oh, that's really scary.
Oh, god damn it. I went all the way back to the fucking beginning. Oh, because one end is the house and the other end is the water balloon.
What's this one?
Not a water balloon.
Must escape
The
this
water
simulation.
balloon.
I must escape the simulation.
Piano. Oh, you actually play it.
I have to
Yo,
pull
can
up
you give us
Roblox on my
Megalovania?
phone. I'm gonna play Roblox on my phone.
How are you gonna stream it?
How do I get out of the backspace? Okay.
It's easy. You just don't get it. Okay, I'm accepting everybody's friend request that I've gotten in the last 32 minutes. You guys all should be able to join me now. Oh, there's 2 more. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. I'll just accept a bunch of friend requests. Okay. We have to go. Can you see reality? Probably. We'll go. I must escape the simulation.
Oh, we're over here at the piano.
Oh no.
Oh, you can't even do chords on the piano because you require like capitals. You could paste music here?
You're at the piano? I went in the other door in the eye room. And now I'm in an ant farm.
Oh no, I'm flying. Oh my god, stop.
I guess the room you were in was the room with the piano.
This is awesome. Wait.
This is the same fucking room again,
Okay,
but
wait.
it's dark.
Let's try.
Ah!
Let's try the UFO.
Guys, I got lost.
Wow, the galaxy PNGs that are rapidly cutting out of reality.
This is the Mandela
This is the
catalog.
door. Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm going in the slide.
Wait, there's a glowing cow in the sky. That's probably something.
That's where we came from.
Hi, Stitch.
What's that? I'm gonna try.
Look at you. You're a fucking silhouette. What the fuck?
I am stuck in the cow.
The unloved child
because I hit
left
freeze,
behind
there we
in
go.
the Walmart. Guys, come to the black and white playground. Let's all hang out at the black and white playground.
How do you get to the black and white
We're at the
playground?
black and white playground.
You'll find it.
No!
Other people found me. Here, I don't know how to reverse my steps to show people how to get to the black and white playground. I'll be real.
I'm gonna check out the ant farm. Let's
Okay,
try
you can
something
get the
there.
black and white playground. Nobody follow me. I'm coming back to the black and white playground. Everybody stay there, and I will come back. Everybody stay in the black and white playground. I'll come back. I'm just learning how to get there so I can show everybody how to get there. So the normal playground. Oh, yeah. Okay. So go to spawn, and then there's a door that, Oh, wait. No, this is wrong. Where did I come from? Oh, I came from over here.
Where did he go?
Oh, there is a playground door.
Yeah, you go through the playground door and the spawn.
From the beginning.
Yeah, everybody go. From the beginning, you go in the playground door, and then there's a black and white door in the playground that's a black and white playground, and it's awesome.
I've come.
Look, we're all here now. Oh, but you guys aren't silhouettes anymore. It broke.
I got
Hi, Belle, wanna go
seawater.
on the swing with me?
Yes, I got stuck. I'm gonna go in the swing in first person. Hold on. Does this swing not work? Why doesn't it work?
Might be someone in the swing.
You saw Stitch on it? Oh, I did it. Now I'm going to go in first person. Guys, check this out.
I gotta do a flip.
This is
Oh,
so...
doing a flip is sickening because it literally just like flips your camera around instantly as soon as you reach the apex.
This is real. This is how swinging looks like in real life.
People could just block your swing.
Are you guys pushing me? Who's pushing me?
Back rooms. Oh my god.
Welcome to the black and white
Some sort of
playground.
bastard roadblock underneath me. That's why they call it roadblocks.
You guys hear that? Okay, everybody
Roadblock
line
are-
up.
Yeah, it's some sort of silly thing
Everybody
going
come.
on.
Everybody come right here.
I was trying to make it over to you guys, but I just end up in the back rooms.
Oh, this is a
What?
slippery
How?
slidey. Okay, everybody
Yeah,
come.
you know. There's
Everybody,
a cat here.
everybody come stand. What? Oh, there's no wall over here. Oh, that's a wall. Okay, everybody come stand. We're gonna stand like right here. Everybody come stand where I am, except stand next
Yeah,
to me.
silhouette avatar reviews.
Turn off your fucking lantern. You're ruining everything.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna take a photo.
Are we taking the screenshot already?
No, I'm gonna take a screenshot at the end of this stream, but I think this has a cool visual.
Well, I don't even know how to get over there because I was busy climbing several shapes and cylinders.
Everybody say cheese.
Cheese.
But somebody did a fucking flip. I just
Oh, there was
saw
the
that.
flash. That was the flash of the camera. Look. There, did it again.
Okay,
They're taking so many photos.
there we go.
How do I get out of the back room?
I took the photo. We're not done with the stream. I just wanted to take a photo in the silly guy. I put that in general for all you guys. Okay, let's go. Everybody follow me. Straight single file line. Everybody follow me.
Okay.
Just follow me wherever I go. Stop fucking making me slip, you assholes.
You're just walking on ice.
Oh,
No one
no,
is
there's,
doing it.
We're going in the
there's
H
guys,
door.
There's guys in here.
You got some sort of problem with God.
This is awesome.
Can we like roleplay that we're sick?
No, okay, that's weird.
Wait, okay, hold on. No, look. Okay, look at the pink bed. Ugh.
How did you do that? What the fuck? Who wants to have their tumor removed? We're a tumor removal service. That's what we do as a job.
Mhm.
That's what we do for fun.
There's been some sort of room shortage. We had to like pile up all the patients.
Okay,
with
we're
bodies so we
going
can't
back.
know which is
Everybody
which.
leave the hospital.
Okay, I got better.
Can we all jump on the trampoline?
I like how even the hospital has the pink girl room and the blue boy room.
Okay, we got out of the hospital. Now we're gonna go in
Ooh,
this.
exit.
We're going in the big black door, everybody. Let's
I'm pretty sure
go.
this just exit back to the lobby.
I'm dying in Gotcha Life Hospital, dying cancer. That's true. Everybody follow me. We're gonna go all the
I
way
saw
this
that.
way,
I
You're
finally
not
found
myself.
everyone.
and we're gonna go into this door.
Level
We're
974.
going down the right door.
There's a cat.
Oh, it's this back room.
Gold is just lost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Such a magical world.
Oh, look, it's the rainbow textures on the houses. So weird, Core. Everybody jump on the trampoline.
I wish I had that thing that lets you see more colors. You know, like that.
That's not real. That's not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
That's not real. What are you talking about?
No, there's a thing that lets you see more colors than normal.
Ian Hecox.
What? Why did you say that?
I saw Ian Hecox. Look at Luigi and Jesse.
Where the fuck is Ian Hecox?
He's... You mean eating?
Oh, you're not
yeah.
talking about like configuration files.
Let's go. Everybody go in this door.
Oh, the trampoline is launching me too high.
No.
Which door did she go in? Oh, here.
One of them.
This is so cute. This is so cute and surreal.
This is so derivatives. Yay.
Oh, we can bounce on the balls.
Yeah, that's what they do. Look at the sound.
I remember watching a show where someone did this to someone else's eyeball and it didn't bounce.
Oh, Utopia.
Okay, we all go back now. We're gonna go in the house blue door. You
Okay.
need to bounce on some balls right now. Crazy that you
Uh-huh.
could just said that in Roblox chat and it did not stop you. This house, we can't go in this house.
I mean, all of those words are legal, just like as long as they're not like in that combination.
Oh shit! Let's go! Everybody party! Everybody come in and dance! I'm gonna play some music. I'm playing some
Yo,
music.
listen
on
up.
stream.
Here's a story about a little guy who lived in
Everybody
a
go.
blue
No,
world.
you're too
You're
close.
not-
Everybody has to go to the dance floor and dance. Everybody has to go to the dance floor, which is right over here.
All day and all night. I
I don't have music. Hold on. I need to pull up the music.
Around him 'cause he got Nobody to listen.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, I appear to have some sort of leg surgery. Hey, can you just
Get
look up at me
down!
real quick? I appear to have some sort
Ow!
of problem with me.
I don't care about that. I got knocked over and I can't get back up. This is the party. I
I'm
can't
undergoing
get
some
back
sort of,
up.
mysterious surgery in the hospital.
Everybody's just dancing and I'm fucking dead.
Did you press flop?
I don't think so. Oh, there we
press
go.
flop again.
Let's go. Let's get it. Yes. This is crazy. This party is crazy. Ah! Oh, God. They released the nukes. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
What the
We gotta get the fuck out of here. They released the nukes. They nuked us. Did that happen to anybody else, or did I just see that? We gotta get the fuck out of here, guys. They fucking released the nukes. We gotta go. We gotta go. Go. Oh, I hit the button for that. I thought that just happened to all of us. Oh.
I legitimately thought you were doing like a bit, like you just hit the invert color filter in OBS.
I didn't even mean to do that. It just happened. Everybody through the... Wait. No, don't go through that door.
Guys, I'm going up, and I can't stop.
Go through this door, the black door, right here. And then press E on this door and go in the troll portal.
Oh,
It's a troll.
fuck.
Go in this door. Fuck. Fuck.
Oh, there it is. I found the door.
Oh, go in this door, everybody.
White neighborhood, yay!
Now we're in a white suburban...
Wait, no, these are the fucking Mr. Beast homes!
Oh, fuck. All right, everybody go in your houses and get ready for the Mr. Beast challenge in the morning.
This is the homes that Mr. Beast made for people.
It seems like Stitch has been entombed forever.
We're going to do a Mr.
Never
Beast
getting
challenge
out.
in this game.
How, though?
We're just going to do it in this game.
Eh.
Okay, everybody wake up and get ready for your Mr. Beast challenge. I'm Mr. Beast. Come on, everybody. Come out of your houses. It's time for the $100,000 Mr. Beast challenge. I need all of you guys to stand right where I'm standing. Everybody come where I am.
Oh, but you didn't say Sam Says.
Is everybody here? I don't see enough people.
I think we might have had some getting lost along the way.
Okay, everybody stay right here. I'm gonna move. Don't follow me. So, your challenge from now on here. First one to leave, last one to leave. You're just gonna lose the challenge if you do that, Red Phantom. Last one to leave the road wins 1,000 Robux.
Okay.
I see.
Don't.
Oh, okay, we got
okay.
one
All
loser,
right.
we got
Well,
one
we
loser,
got our
one lost.
first. We got our first loser because you bounced out. Okay. Donk has lost as well. Sorry. Okay. Who's left? Germa. Okay. Everybody who lost has to get off the road. This challenge is crazy. All right. This challenge is crazy. This
What
challenge
happens
is
if someone
crazy.
loses a Mr. Beast challenge and just goes, "No, I'm actually robbing you now"? Does he have Mr. Beast security guards?
Probably. Okay. Red Phantom just lost the game. They just walked off the sidewalk. Red Phantom, you lose. Okay. First person to... If you leave right now, I will give you 1,000 Robux. But if you don't leave, you get 10,000 at the end of the game.
I did it.
Okay.
I
I
got it.
lied. That was a lying
That's not
challenge.
how that works.
You have to
That's not
discover
how that
someone's
works.
intuition through their speaking. And if you get lied to, you lose.
Mr. Beast doesn't lie in his videos.
It's
He
my
lies every day.
videos. It's not my videos. All right, here's the challenge. Everybody jump in the air and press flop.
You didn't say Sam Says.
Everybody jump in the air and press flop. Yes. What the fuck? This is insane. Everybody
Oh, that's
stay
so,
flopped
like,
on the
silly.
ground. That's crazy. Wow. I'm leaving with the money. That was so cool.
Why? It's your own money. Oh shit! Look at that sick trick I did.
Sorry, you guys actually don't get any money. I made you stay there for 42 days for no money.
For fun.
I'm running away. See if you can find me. See if you can find me. First to find me
You're live
wins
streaming.
1,000 Robux.
You lied the last time.
Doesn't count. You didn't find me. Doesn't count. Doesn't
You just went
count.
to the space room.
Help me. Help me. Doesn't count. Wait, I'm live streaming. The whole
Yeah.
competition is
Remember the
No.
Mr. Beast video where he just like he kept going.
guys, Twitch live streamer fail. I was live streaming the whole time, so you guys can find me wherever I was. I'm not actually gonna give up the money because I did a Twitch live stream fail. r/live stream fail. I did an r/live stream fail.
I found some sort of fish jellyfish level, and I like this more than the.
I did an
Mr. Beast knot, so I
r/live
think I'm
stream
staying
fail.
here.
This was
I
an
think I'm staying at the next
r/live
level.
stream fail.
Oh, you're really getting into it now, aren't you?
live stream.
Uh-huh.
One small step for man.
Bell, we gotta get you out.
Okay. Next game. That was a lot of
Next
fun.
For free.
That was fun to hang out and see people, and that was.
It
really
was
fun.
alright.
Next we're going to. Next we're going to go to our next game, which you'll see. Is really cool. I actually forgot what our next game. Oh, our next game.
We're doing horror.
Our
We're
next
doing
game is a
scary now?
Yes, this one's a really scary game. This one's really scary.
Yippee!
This is probably the scariest Roblox horror game I have seen. So I'll go ahead and share the private server link. Keep Glagaland win. I'm not doing Glagaland. Sorry.
You posted all the games. You posted spoilers.
Yeah, there's the private link. There's a private server link. Everybody's gonna join that, and then I will.
Oh, I saw this game. It does not look good.
It's gonna be fun.
That's
I think.
reassuring.
Can't wait to join.
The person
Bad
has like
request.
30% positive, which is very low for what is literally just a Roblox game.
Okay, I'll put the link in chat now. Private server link going out. There you go. Everybody join in. Oh wait, you're all friends with me now. You could probably join the server anyway.
Oh, it is the fruit game.
Is this the fruit game?
Yeah, we're
This
playing
is
the
this
fruit
Well,
game.
horror.
just leave it in case anyone didn't friend you. Like if someone joins the
What the
chat.
fuck is going on? Oh, there we go. What's
Oh my
up? I don't know anything about this game. Somebody suggested it,
It's
and
called good.
this is just Markiplier Obby again. Yeah, that's true.
No, there's the fruits over there. You can see them.
We have to get all the way to the fruits,
Win game.
and then we can leave.
Pretty deal.
My Mr. Beast
Mario.
challenge.
What's the hot dog? But
Wait, is that
Oh.
Luigi?
I can't believe
Okay, wait,
Stitch is normal
Luigi.
size. This is fucked up.
they just like took. It's the exact same code as the Markiplier obby because the exact same buttons in the bottom left to pick
Oh,
stages.
we should go one at a time. Okay, I go first.
No.
Nobody go.
Nope, I just made it.
Nobody go. I go. Guys.
No.
Wait, what? No, someone closed it. Who is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy?
Guys, you
Guys, who's
can't
this
do
old
this.
man?
Guys,
just
Please
don't
talk
know.
to.
guys, let me through. Guys, Sigmund Freud, Luigi,
What?
Sigmund.
Oh,
Guys!
Sigmund Freud. Thank you, Ace.
Can everybody stop going? I have to go at the first. Everybody
Why?
stops going, and I go first.
Yeah, really are a lot of obby pigs, considering the streamer is not the one who is good at obbies.
There's hints at the bottom left of each.
Oh, I made it. This is Mario.
What is the game? You're just like not supposed to touch the center? Is that like? What
Oh,
happens?
that's Luigi.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Okay. Mother
stupid.
cunt.
Plantera, and then Eggface,
It's not egg face.
Eggen Segment. Somebody do that. This is Angry
It's like
Sigmund.
Eggman.
I can guess
Roy,
this
or
one. This is
Sigmund Egg.
No,
Angry
it just
Sigmund.
It just egg Sigmund.
What is this one's name? Evil Sigmund. It's not It's okay. So it's not.
Oh my god, this is the
That's
fruit thing
Luigi.
because it's doing the jump scare on the
Stop
screen.
guessing Mario. That's Luigi. Sigmund.
Oh, good. When you fail this obstacle, it kills other people that are next to you.
B,
How do
you
you say
really
it?
want to get to this next stage?
I'm really trying.
Sigmund Freud. It's fucking Luigi, you stupid dumbasses. Terraria with
Freud.
viewers when? I will be doing Terraria stream. Probably not with viewers. So that I guess that could be fun, but also I feel like it would get trolly.
You'd also need to get like a Terraria server running.
Yeah, that's true. And I already have
Oh
the
my
Minecraft
God, this
server.
sucks.
Which, by the way, I will be streaming the Minecraft server when... pro tip, use shift lock on this. I will be streaming the Minecraft server when
I made it.
I get the RAM for my new PC, which will be on Saturday.
Promise other people failing also kills you.
What the fuck? It's just like an electric coil.
You just gotta use like shift lock and just like you like walk weirdly where you're
We're
you're,
not
like,
even getting-
sideways.
Fuck!
How did that very sad small child get past this part to even get to the fruits?
Yeah, how
Incredible
did that
power,
very
yeah.
small sad child even get past this part to get to the fruits?
Wait, he already spent his skip stage budget. So
He
he was
already
very
spent
sad
his
'cause he
skip
couldn't-
stage budget. That's
He
true.
kept
I don't
getting
remember
golden
that.
spray.
I don't remember that child being sad at all. I'm just kind of believing you on that.
No, he was definitely crying like apple. Ah!
I'll take your word for it.
Me when I'm asked who the most
Oh my god,
richest
I
company in
literally
the world
fucking
is.
made it, but the fruits blocked me from the respawn plate.
If
so I have
this
to
is
do
a
it again.
private server that I made, why can't I control it all?
I don't know.
It's probably so you don't like cheat to get the free bonuses.
I need to skip the stage.
Oh,
That's 25 Robux. I don't have any money. Donate $25 right now so I can skip the stage.
Yeah, we all know Robux is 1-to-1 now. Inflation's crazy, yo. Okay, make sure to be able to hit the fucking respawn plate on the fruit level.
Fuck!
Oh my god, I literally did hit the respawn plate again. I'm gonna
Oh, no.
cry.
Dude, look what you did. You fucking suck at this game, dude.
The fruits aren't even the hard part. Apparently the fruit is hitting the hard part is getting the respawn.
Dude, my skin is fucking tearing itself off right now. It's crazy.
What?
Why?
It's a real Black Mirror story.
The what? What? So Black Mirror stopped doing like societal comedy and just made stories about like your skin peeling off.
I sold my rights to the movie
I'm gonna
so they
cry.
could make the movie. I gave Black Mirror my life story rights, which was that my skin peeled themselves off.
uh-huh.
I gave them my last story, my cave story.
Your last story?
My cave story.
I can't find the original video. Looking for it.
Look on fucking Wayne and Scorpy's Tumblrs. You'll find it.
It's really started to hit in chat. It's the weed is here. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Okay, I am at the fruit level for the 3rd time. Can I please hit the respawn plate?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I did it. Oh my god, you literally can't see anything. It's just
Yeah.
images.
They don't kill you. They just push you. So you just gotta keep walking forward.
You can win with great friends.
Great
I like how it
friends,
doesn't
like
put
fruit.
you where you can see
Fuck!
anything.
Yeah.
I need to lock in. I can have one hot dog per. I can have one hot dog per hour. Somewhere
Oh my
I heard
God.
that with great friends comes great responsibility.
For people
Uh-huh.
who are like 8 years old, this is the same thing as like Celeste 9. Like Celeste level 9. This is their farewell.
No,
I'm
I don't think this is
kids are
anything to them.
crying.
No,
I
it's
think this
fucking
is, like,
awesome and
This is
and
nothing at all
chill.
to them. This is simple and decent.
I didn't hit the spot plate.
I told you it's a problem.
Fuck.
I can't. There's no like game anymore. It's just PNGs of fruit.
Do you think this is what the nugget
I don't
feels
know,
like?
I got really lucky and beat it in like 3 tries, but I just kept walking forward.
Do you think this is what the nugget feels like?
Yeah.
And he goes
alright,
like,
sure.
"Help me!"
Yeah.
The only time I get to like see something real is the brief moment where I'm dead.
Yeah, guys, what? Help me. Donate $5 to my fund for the weed. So far, we are 0.03% of the way there. If we could just get 1% today, that would save so many children.
Uh-huh.
You become sort of like Mr. Beast, like influencer when you're high.
Fuck!
They'll just jump and turn while you're jumping.
No, because then
Wait, I found I put in check.
my big shoulders hit it.
Yeah, the kid is 100% crying.
We need to put this video on screen. Here, I'll put this on screen.
This is the stupid apple.
We're taking a break from the game so I can show you guys an example of what this game does to people.
Why is this so hard?
This game got famous for traumatizing someone. You can't see anything.
The fucking music, dude. I can't get over it.
Wait, is this part of the obby? It just opens the Game Pass shop when you're trying to do it?
Okay. All right.
Oh my god, I think I made it. I think I made it.
All right. That was what we needed to watch. We needed to watch that video, and now I'm okay. You know what? I don't. How the fuck did the fruits get all the way over here? What the hell? All right. I got hit by a pineapple, and that's enough for
Oh my
me.
god, these are the same images that the fucking pop-ups
Oh,
in the
God.
Markiplier obby have.
Oh god.
I recognize the
saying-
hot dog.
This is just the template of Markiplier obby.
Okay. All right, chat. All right, we're moving on from that game because that game was giving
we're
me.
free.
That
Wait,
game,
I'm making it. I'm making it.
that game was
I
making
made
me
it.
cry. Luckily, this
Yeah, I
game
just
doesn't
did it.
have
I don't know
any
how I did
players,
that.
so I'll just join in.
I can't
and
see
y'all
it. I
can
can't
join
see
me.
it.
All right, everybody, join my game. It's time for another game.
I'm going to the bathroom real quick, so it better not be a game with a limited lobby.
Yeah.
It has 30 players in the lobby.
Alright,
What is
I'll
this
just
game
join and
called?
then
It's-
get up.
It's called
chat
Pin
member, it's called
Purgatory.
You Don't Want to See Me Infuriated.
Hello.
Hi, Angel.
Oh fuck! What the fuck? Hello?
Is this the game where you just are a bowling pin on a blank board?
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
Let's go bowling! I hear bowling balls. Are they gonna hit us? Guys,
These might be ambience.
guys, are they gonna hit us? Nyar just said that the Hatman is in this game. Fuck. Hi, this is worse than Vietnam. Great.
Yeah, I think this is just the game. This is the game.
No, somebody just got a strike.
Okay, can we all stack in the middle? Everyone stack in the middle.
No! 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 No!
What's happening?
This game looks
Purge the
awesome.
Oh my god! Oh! No! Fuck! They killed
Yeah, this
all
game
of
looks
us.
really good.
They killed all of us. They killed all of us. Oh, we're
We gotta
back.
stack up again. Come on.
We can make it
We
out.
can live. We can live.
If we
can
make a giant tower, we can make it out.
live. We can live. We'll live. We'll live.
I'm gonna live. I'm gonna go to Penn Heaven. I'm gonna go to Penn Heaven.
This game looks really funny on the higher quality settings.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let me try turning
It's
my
so
quality up.
totality.
Oh wait, I'm going up. I'm going so high up. I'm all the way up.
We're gonna free you, Gold.
I'm like all the way at the top right. Oh my god, some people just fell.
We're gonna free you. We're gonna free you.
I went out and
Strike.
I pet
Oh.
my cat because at the point where
Oh,
you get high enough, you can pet your cat, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, it's so fuzzy.
no best day.
So I had to just go out and
How
hug
many
him for
fucking
it.
pens are in
So
this
I'm back
obby,
now.
dude? This is fucked up.
I mean, I think the player limit is like
Yo,
huge.
can we do the model review in this?
Yeah, you guys all
Yeah,
look
okay.
beautiful. How
Everyone,
how shit
everyone
is
line
your
up in this
PC
one-
to where it lags
Yeah,
at Roblox playing anything higher than one?
Everyone
You have
strike.
128 gigabytes of RAM. I don't want to hear you calling
Ooh.
anyone's PC shit.
Oh, we gotta everyone line up against one of the walls.
No!
There's either a model review or a firing squad. We don't know yet.
Everyone line up against
Oh
the.
yeah, can we
this
make a
wall.
perfect square? That's our protest. We have to make a square around the entire
No, there's
lobby.
player collision. We can't do it. People are just gonna knock each other off.
What? Oh
No,
God, not
no.
again! Oh God, not again!
So many chats.
I'm gonna survive.
Hey,
I'm gonna
survive.
survive. I'm gonna survive.
No, I
So
didn't.
these are AI,
I
which
lived.
is fun.
No!
Oh, is there AI pins?
Yeah, most of them are.
Oh.
This is the scariest game I've ever played.
Okay. I think we've experienced the.
I
or
can't
don't
tell.
wanna make the
I can't
square.
tell which one of you are real.
We can't leave yet. We have to get through all of our bowling jokes.
I'm jumping in the corner. That's me right here. I'm gonna try and get pushed off. I'm jumping in the corner.
Wait,
In
which one of
purgatory
you?
using AI?
Who of you are?
Yeah, they got chat.
Who's real? Somebody show me. Tell me. Somebody prove to me you're real. Are any of you real? Oh, are any of you real? Oh my God! Oh my God! This is the scariest fucking shit in first person. This is fucking horrifying. I'm gonna die. Oh my God! You're a real boy? Is that real? Who are you?
Trying to trick you.
I think the AI pins are like copying our text and spamming it. so
Guys,
we
look
can't
at my
identify who
fucking
is
look
who.
at my fucking stream. Look at my fucking stream. This is so scary. This is so scary. If you go in first person, it's so scary. Which one?
Bell,
You're
where
like
are you?
hyperventilating.
Bell, where are you in the game?
Oh no! Do you fart? I don't fart. Who's real? Who's
Bell,
real?
type in chat. Type something in chat so we can see where you are.
Help! Help me!
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Help me! Help!
Bell, I can see you.
No, 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 no! No, 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 no!
Trap her in.
What's going on? Help me! Help me! This isn't real!
We gotta do the maneuver.
You're gonna push me off! You're gonna push me off!
Push him
Yeah.
No! No!
Oh,
Okay, that was.
I'm stuck in the ground.
Oh my God, that was fucking.
Alright, that
Are
was a
you
good game.
okay?
Dude, I lost all of my breath when I went in first person, and all the pins, identical pins that they're like are all staring at me and like circling around me. It was fucking scary. That was the worst one yet, dude. Oh my! There's no way I'm taking the rest of this weed. By the way, chat.
We finally found a horror game.
That was fucking horrifying, dude. Okay. Our next game is a little bit of fun, actually. I think it'll be fun because our next game is a social deduction game. So we're gonna.
Among Us.
I actually don't know.
Are we
I'm
literally
still
playing
playing-
fucking Murder 2?
Oh wait, a private server is 250 Robux.
Okay, don't do
Oh
that.
my god.
Can anybody pay for this?
No, I don't think so. I mean, how big are the player lobbies? So we can just
Oh,
find
how
a
big are the
open
player
one.
Oh, 40. Okay, I'll just find a low
Okay.
server. We're gonna be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah. We'll be
I think everybody
We'll
has
all
to be
be fine.
friended at this point. If you don't send me a friend request, I'll try to accept it. I'm joining a server with 8 people in it, so we should all be able to get in. There will be some randoms in our lobby, though. Warning.
That doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh, guys, that fucking that might make the stream end early. How hard I was laughing at those bowling balls. All right, all of you get in. You have limited time
Those
to
were
get in.
bowling pin.
Dude, my
Is
fucking
this
arms
a horror
feel
game?
white.
Oh, I have played this one before. I think no.
This is
looks
a social
similar.
No, we
deduction
had a
game.
similar lobby. We had a
Yeah.
similar lobby where we were trying to play that like Red Bear game or whatever.
Okay, so this is okay. If we finally went to a horror game, see how this one goes. Okay, wait. This is like a lobby, but there's like
Oh yeah, you hit
fif-
play. You hit
15
play.
players.
Oh, you have to hit play within 30 seconds. I hope Belle is here.
Wait, what?
Oh,
No,
execute,
hit play.
execute.
Everybody
Wait,
click play. Wait, everybody.
Wait, no, exit.
Yeah,
Don't- I don't
wait,
think-
hold on. We're gonna go back because it's only 15 player lobbies
didn't
overall.
exit.
We're just
Okay,
all
just
gonna
rejoin.
hit start at the same time, guys. Okay? This
Bell,
is
wait,
Okay,
Bell,
I
am I
why
not
doesn't
in
this
your
have like a
lobby? Where are
lobby
you?
system? Okay, join my game. No, we're all restarting. We're all gonna hit
Oh,
play
you- okay.
game at the same time, and then as many of us as we can get it. As many people as there is able to get
Okay.
it, we'll get it.
Do one on a count of 3
Okay,
so
well.
we get it faster. Or just say go at a random point. Just say go at a random point.
Oh wait, hide your screen at the start, or everyone will know your
It's starting
role?
in 30 seconds, by the
Oh
way.
fuck, you're right. I'm not in. It's not letting me in.
No, I'm not in. Also, I wouldn't go right now because it's 11 out of 15.
I'm joining Flickr.
Yeah, let's wait for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's wait for it to reset.
Wait.
But we're showing. Did you leave again?
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody get ready.
Get ready. It's ending in 5 seconds, so do it after that.
Okay. All right, are we ready?
Now.
Okay, everybody click play.
Now.
Everybody
Now.
watching the stream, click play quickly. Quickly.
Get it.
Quickly, click play quickly. All right, we're going to see how many of us that got, I guess. Woo! Oh, select the map.
Got
I want to go to area 8.
E, B, saw. Did 5? Did you not make it
I got in. I got in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, everyone here except one person is from our group. Guys, all right, this is really mean, but can we all kill main It's Abba too? Can everybody watching
my
the stream
God.
just target this
Oh,
guy?
make sure to hide your screen.
You're
About to start.
raiding and targeting.
Oh
Phil,
fuck!
hide your
Oh
screen.
fuck! Yeah.
You're gonna get your roll.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
What is it gonna like say your role in the game? How are you gonna like?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, it
hide
says
it.
in the top right. You gotta like put like a
Wait, I
square
fixed
there or
it. I
something.
fixed it. You could just click roll list, and then it doesn't say what your role is.
You can also
Okay.
just press tab and it'll hide that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is literally just town of Salem. Okay,
Yeah.
this might be a while.
In this game, there is a good and evil team. Guys, I hate to say it, but I think we should all vote out. Let's just all vote out Manit Sabatu because they don't know us.
But how do we know they
Why?
don't know us?
Because I looked on my friends list of who's in the game, and they're the only person that's not my friend.
I mean, they could have just not done it.
Well, too bad. We're gonna vote them out.
No,
Okay, wait,
I
so-
deny this.
Which or scout? There's so many roles. Okay.
Why are we
sniper-
trying to bully this random person? Do we not trust them?
Yeah, we don't trust them because they're not watching the stream.
I mean, the murder. Unless they're the murderer, they're probably gonna get killed first.
I don't know where they are actually.
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, it's
Oh, I
nighttime.
just got it. Well, okay. If you send notes to me, I'm gonna get them. By the way. Oh God,
Click on
There's
a
a
player to
power
pass
outage?
them a note.
they'll just show up on screen if you pass me. a
Oh wait,
note,
if you
so-
write something, in your journal when you
Thanks.
die, it'll be read out.
Yeah, it's town of Salem. Yeah, this is like town of Salem if it was bad
Thanks.
because it just has like 6 or 7 people being a role that does nothing.
something is
is-
happening. Well, my role does something.
How revealing.
Well, it doesn't really do something. Skibbity on
How
God.
unrevealing.
Stop fucking passing me notes. I'm getting out of here.
It's like, oh, there it is.
One player left the game without a journal.
They left the game? Was that the... Oh, wait. Main It's Not Bot 2, I think, is a viewer, because they were saying vote me out.
Wait, there's a dead body.
Discuss who may be evil? What even happened?
I think Main is evil.
Yeah, there's nothing to tell. How do we get to that body in there? Or is that just like a decoration? It's not an
I
actual
think
corpse?
Main is evil.
Yeah.
Main It's Not Bot 2. We're voting out Main. Let's vote Main out. Dude, my fucking arms are tingling.
Belle, if you have a cat, you should go and pet it because it's awesome.
True.
When I went to the bathroom, went out and hugged my cat.
No.
He was like yelling about it.
Okay,
'cause
we
he's
all know who to
rich,
vote
like,
for.
gently, and I was nice.
You.
We're voting for Main It NASA Bot 2.
Yeah, but what if you get voted out?
No.
Then we stop playing the game. Yeah, everyone vote Bell out so we play a new game.
Wait, no! We gotta vote out the guy
Everyone vote Bell.
It's not
Vote
my
Bell so we
friend.
play a new game.
Goodbye.
It's over for you.
Real Bell voters go.
What the
Yeah!
fuck? No! You fucking assholes!
The Twinder Doctor. will now
Ah! Oh, there I go
Damn.
into heaven. Okay, well, there was that for that game. We're gonna take a quick BRB. I'm gonna go grab some snacks, and then
Funny.
we'll be right
be-
back.
Okay.
Okay,
No, I
we're
feel like
actually
that game would
playing
have
another
taken
game
too
now?
long if we actually played it.
I
That's
was the
true.
clown. I was trying to get killed, and I dropped B a note saying it was me. Like I was
I
talking
did,
to
I
Soul.
did see that note.
When you're playing
was just
Jester,
Survivor.
when you're playing Jester, you can't just say "kill me, please."
I was trying to elude.
I
As
got
if
the
I had
munchies.
Dexter,
I do
think
got the
I'm
munchies,
wrong
dude, and I
person.
got cosmic brownies in my fucking pantry, so I'm gonna grab those.
Give me
quick. I'll
some.
be back.
Eat drywall.
Okay, I know I always go on WikiHow whenever there's downtime, but there is a "Do I have brain rot?" quiz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Take that.
Take this quiz to find your level of brain rot. What's that word for those strange little men stuck in toilets? Is that
So
skibbity? Are they
strange.
called like skibbity men? I thought they were just like the toilet people.
No, they're
I
called
think it's
skibbity toilets.
probably it's probably the closest.
I mean, yeah, I imagine it's okay. Correct. What does Riz refer to? Charisma or charm? Why is knowing a definition of Riz equal brain rot? Oh yeah, this is made by a professional life coach Seth Hall with 3 co-authors.
Thank you,
Hold
Seth.
on. What was his last name?
Hall. It's just Seth Hall. Look up WikiHow Seth Hall brain rot quiz. Which
Did
body
you
is
say
associated with the
WikiHow?
term yacht? It's butt. Yeah, it's WikiHow.
Holy shit!
Let's see.
Wow, his holy fuck.
Okay, actually don't know this one. Which of these terms refers to taking a bit of your friend's food? Treat toll, phantom tax,
Phantom
goodie tax,
It's
or
Phantom
snack?
Tax. Phantom
Yeah, I
Tax.
have
Look
heard of
at
that one.
Gerald. Look at
Everyone
Gerald.
knows this.
Oh, is that him?
Scary.
Which
Yeah.
term describes someone who's a bit of a lone wolf? I've sent in stream images so they can see. I don't know if Bell has stream images on this scene though. In which US state are wild, strange, unfortunate things? Oh, yeah, it's Ohio.
Ohio.
Which of these people is a football player best known for their whiz? Is it Baby Yoda, Baby Gronk, Grimace, or Kai Cenat?
Maybe-
It's Baby Gronk.
What is mewing? A tongue exercise. What might you call someone who's totally in denial about their crush? Quirked up, Rizmaster, Delulu, or goaded?
Why would they be the
Lulu,
Riz
Quirked
Master?
up. No, it was Delulu.
I was
Who
right.
is your sunshine? My Boo, Sigma, Squidward, Le Bonbon, or Ban Ban?
I'm. Yeah.
What?
It's
Oh,
Le
is it-
Bonbon apparently. Oh, I only got 8 out of 10. I thought it was the other one. I'm only 8 out of 10 brain rot.
All right, I'm setting up our next game
Hi.
now, chat.
Did you pet a kitty while you were out there?
No, I forgot to, but I will. Okay. Everybody in the call, look in Gerald.
Yeah, it's this game. I keep saying it on
Yes,
my recommended
yes.
I don't know anything
can't-
about this game.
It fit everyone. This has
Ooh.
like a 20-player lobby.
So yeah, there's like a
Lol.
50-player lobby within the game, pal.
Yeah, we're just all gonna join, and then I'm gonna see what the party is. And worst case scenario, people just have to watch us play.
If we die really quickly in like the 50-player, let's just do like the 4-player or like the 8-player one, just us. If we
Okay,
die
chat.
really
I'm sending the
quickly.
private server link in the chat now. This is the game we are playing now. It is a horror game, so we're gonna see how well I do.
I will just be watching this one, but hey, I'm here now. I was doing
A
the
graphics
big
level of 6 is
orientation.
mandatory.
Oh yeah, it has a beginning cutscene. Just like play with your toys while watching it.
What?
We
I
love
can't
games.
Yeah,
skip
put on
it.
some Family Guy and Subway Surfers.
6. I'll see how well this
Luckily-
runs, chat. Probably not that well.
Yeah, I will see.
That's true.
3 men from
This is
Undershade,
SCP.
Undertale Corporation.
Oh, 5 you still have the Pepsi logo on your chest.
There we go.
My
Brand recognition.
50-year
I've had it for like a
sentence.
month.
I can't even join. What is happening?
What is happening?
We
Let me
just
try again.
no.
This is lagging the shit out of my OBS.
I go down to 480. I don't have permission to join. What do you mean?
Ew, I hate
Sort of
people, I hate everyone,
permission
and I hate
with
everyone.
experience.
Ah, damn.
Is this a single player?
Yeah,
No,
like-
it's not.
It's
Oh,
not single
shit.
player.
I think this
Thank
one is
you for the
supposed to be
10
8 people.
donation,
It's like
CMG
48,
Skill
but there's
Virus.
like a 50 player mode.
I appreciate that $10
That's-
donation. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for
Okay,
the
there, I
donation. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Jesus Christ.
Let's head over. Let's just wait over at the 50 player.
Oh, do we beat all the tutorials? Okay, Belle, follow the purple line for the 50-player lobby.
Okay,
And
everybody.
don't hit any other buttons on the left. You're gonna go into another cutscene. Don't.
Not enough lockers to hide in. We'll see. Maybe it'll just like scale them.
No,
to the
no,
number
I'm
of
pretty
players.
sure it does add more. Yeah. Yeah, don't go, guys. Don't go in yet. Wait for people to show up, or the countdown's gonna
All
start.
right, guys, we're all gonna line up here and then go in the lobby. So if I turn my
Remember to follow
graphics
the
settings
purple
down, it's gonna
line.
fuck this, right? Whatever. I'll just try playing with one graphics. If it breaks the whole game, then I'll try and turn it up a little bit.
Well, it's just doors. All you have to do is like go through it. I don't think having
It's a
low
Game
graphics gonna
Pass?
hurt.
Oh, it's a Game Pass.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, motherfucker!
How evil!
Somebody better donate $30 right now so I can buy that.
Maybe I'll quickly before your chat notices we gotta go to 8 players.
Quick!
No, wait, B, don't go in yet. People.
Go in,
already
go in,
knows.
go in, go in, go in! All right, well, we got
well.
our crew. Whoever missed out. Oh, wait,
Yeah,
Five, you got in.
Sucks that
Oh, we
they-
missed. Sorry.
Sorry, Son.
And-
It sucks that they locked that behind a Game Pass.
Yeah, that's really fucking lame.
I mean, I get why, because it's just like that would be a lot of like server to manage.
All right,
There's
you
a
guys
bunch
get
of-
to watch us
happen.
play a horror game for a little bit.
Oh, I'm in
Okay,
here.
I'm not gonna waste any money on this run. It's probably not gonna go well. Everyone
not
vote to
paying.
skip.
Oh, vote to skip. Okay. Skip. Everybody vote to skip in the corner. I'm sad
One
that
last
Stitch
person.
missed. Oh, here we go.
Now,
Is
you guys
this-
can play alongside us and act like you're here.
Is this Lethal
Yeah.
Company?
No, it's
Kinda. You
doors.
grab money.
Yeah, there's a tutorial right here.
Remember, there are 3 different crouch buttons.
Oh, and I can't. Okay. Okay, I got the key card.
Yeah, and you gotta bring it over to the door.
Okay, remember, do not go into the locker
Loot
right away because
crate.
it has the doors mechanic where it will keep you out.
Yeah,
First
you
now.
can't.
Let's go.
Okay, I don't think the chat's gonna like slow down for us. We just gotta keep going.
Oh, Belle, you still got your supersonic on.
Everybody, come on. I can't look at myself in third person, so.
Oops.
Money.
We're going.
Yeah, but open drawers to find stuff for money.
Gianni Matrigano's in this game? Yes, he's the weird trans fish person.
We're going.
Oh, yay.
That's just like real life.
How do I know the? Wait, what are the cues?
Like lights flickering.
Well, okay, so the doors creature has like variants. There's like one where the lights don't flicker, but generally the lights flicker.
Yeah, but like there's also like sound cues. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be like coming.
I got a key card.
Oh, there's also
let's
fake
go.
doors. You gotta hold your ear up against it and listen.
Yeah, we gotta
It
give you a
just-
fast tutorial so you don't die.
I got a USB stick. I'm gonna put that in my computer.
I don't think like the first creature appears until like door 12. Yeah, or 10. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was a fake locker.
I'm all good.
Okay, we gotta save that guy after. Oh, I think I'm dead actually. Yeah, goodbye. I have died.
That jump
It
scare
was just like-
sucks.
Well, it's
Yeah,
the same
you
as the one
deserve to
indoors.
die.
We gotta get
I
that
don't
guy out
play
of that
doors.
purple locker. Someone help them! If I could be the one who has to do it. Oh my god.
Why is it so dark? Why is it so dark?
The lights went out.
When did they come back on?
Private lobby all alone. This is so liminal.
Who
Someone's
died?
model just scared me. Gold died, I think.
Yeah, I died.
It's down this way, down the red hallway.
We're moving from this game very soon.
There might be some sort of gas-based hazard down here. No, there wasn't.
Oh, ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Oh,
What?
ha 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 ha.
What are you laughing
Oh, ha 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 ha.
Everybody
at? Oh
loves being
fuck!
so
Wait, what do we
joyous.
do? Shit! Go to the side room. I don't think they'll come over here.
I'm fucked. I'm not doing anything.
Come into the side room. No, come
No,
back.
no,
Oh
no.
God!
dead.
Jesus fuck! I died to the fish. We're gonna move games now. Oh,
Hello.
Okay.
You died.
Yeah,
What
I'm
a
so
shame.
sad the 50-player lobby
We
is
haven't
Game
met
Pass
before,
only.
But hopefully you'll
is that
be able to
Gianni
stay alive long
Matrigonigo?
enough next time for
Yeah.
me to give
Yeah.
myself a proper introduction.
It
Okay.
is indeed.
Since the
I don't care, Gianni Matrigonigo.
Just one more
We're
thing.
gonna move.
Matrakadakadi
on.
Kadakadaya.
Uh-huh.
I have one more game here, and then we have to move to Surreal Game Finder. I'll also look at this.
I don't know.
suggestions
We could do some of the games we know and love.
Let's
Like Item
okay.
Asylum.
Wait, you know
Yeah,
what would be
guys.
really funny? Let's
What?
do no cooldown Doomspire while I'm high.
Okay.
No cooldown Doomspire. Okay.
Okay, I've been
I don't know
told
what
this
that
game.
is.
Doomspire.
This was the
Well,
last
it's just
game.
Doomspire, but all of the weapons don't
Yeah,
have a cooldown.
I don't know if you guys know this. She is Doomspire's biggest fan. She always wants to play Doomspire. Even the versions of Doomspire that are
Private
like not
server
good.
link in
Pop off
Gerald.
that Doom
And then we all complain and we do it anyway.
Join
It's
the
good. I
private
like
server in
Doomspire, though.
Gerald.
Oh, it's funny, yeah.
I
Okay,
enjoy
chat.
Doomspire as a game.
Hold on one second.
Wait, Dingus, is this one we're joining?
What if they had the entirety
Yeah.
of Rivals of Ether inside of Roblox? That would be so
Probably, yeah.
cool.
Just haven't found it yet.
Alright, I am joining Dingus.
Oh, it's this game.
Why are you guys all saying what the game name is?
Why
Because
does it
it's-
matter? Aren't you
it's a
gonna post the link? It's
it's
a
a
private
private-
server too.
It's a
Everybody's
private
playing
server
with a
too.
ding.
That's what they all say.
Oh, this game. Right, this game.
I don't know.
An
anything
error
about
occurred
this
while
game.
trying to launch the experience.
Where's
Try
my
again.
Join off
private-
of gold.
Where's my private
Wait, is
server?
this like that Assassin's
That might
Creed
not work because
multiplayer
it's
game?
specifically like a private server link.
Okay, I'm in.
Is this Doomspire?
All right,
No,
guys. Here's your
Doomspire
link.
next, I think.
Wait, is this that Assassin's Creed multiplayer mode?
I don't know.
I don't think so. This is a game where you're
It's
either
like
like
the-
someone.
It's Gmod, like the ones
Oh,
where you have to.
everybody's
hide in
gonna
with a
know
bunch
who
of
I
tasks. You
am.
have
I
tasks,
can't.
but
I
you
can't
also
move.
have
that's from Assassin's Creed multiplayer.
Well, there's
Why
also
am I
other
not
games.
able
you
to
can do.
move?
You guys are all gonna
We
know
just
who I am. This is not fair.
Guys, how do I move?
We just
What do you
won't
mean?
watch it.
I
WASD.
literally
WASD.
cannot move.
Everyone
Did you, like,
close your eyes.
Join
It also
too
will
late.
not allow me to reset my character. No, I joined before Bell.
We're probably gonna move on from this game pretty quickly because it's not really that fair.
Why is it not fair?
Because everyone can see. Everybody knows who I am.
And I also can't move.
We'll just rejoin.
I didn't even get to be a little dingus. This is fucked up.
Oh God.
Oh, we're round over. Maybe it'll work now.
How did the hiders win? What did we do? I wasn't paying attention.
You didn't get found. That's how hiders always win. Okay, now I do not have permission to
Oh, I'm a
join this
hunter.
experience.
Okay, this is how we're
Did
gonna
you try
do it.
joining through friends or the link?
Friends.
You have to use the
Okay,
link.
friends won't work. You have to use the
Okay,
link.
now this is how. Well, everybody knows where the hider. I guess that doesn't matter.
Hunting, you have to hunt players you think are actual players, not NPCs.
How do I shoot?
But how do you yeah.
Okay, well, white task is anything can do that, like NPCs or players. Red tasks only players
Wow, this
can
is
do.
just like hey.
Oh, you hold shift to shoot. You hold shift to shoot, it looks like.
Oh, game too easy.
I think I also missed out on this round because I'm frozen again.
Oh, weird. You guys just keep shooting civilians.
Oh
It's
fuck!
funny.
I wanted to try that. I thought that would be funny.
I love shooting civilians.
A Stitch completed a red tunnel trap. What the fuck? Help me!
Yeah, only players can do red tasks, so you gotta look out for the red ones.
I heard
Oh,
an
if you shoot
explosion
two
around here
civilians, you
somewhere.
Die. That's fucked up. I didn't know.
I see a ghost.
I shot 2 civilians.
Oh, and also, I think only players can sprint. So if you see one sprinting, that's a giveaway.
I'm gonna do this. Look at this.
Okay, another civilian shot.
Oh, hey, why'd you turn point blank around? I wasn't gonna get past me, partner. That wasn't gonna get past me, partner. Fuck. All right, well,
Did you die yet?
I can't believe Niara said this is just like Hypixel hide and seek party pooper. That makes me want to. That hurts my brain. It's real. The game is real.
Daff completed a white rock task.
Yeah, we'll switch to Hypixel halfway through the Roblox stream.
I think that might be the only thing that's gonna run worse than Roblox.
It'll run better than Roblox. Oh my god.
Okay, someone just snapped and shot some civilians.
You guys fucking suck
For
at this
fun.
game.
Wait, people can run
why
around in
did I
spectator
die?
mode. I can't even do that.
Why did I die?
It's like your movement. Is your movement mode okay? Like, did it, like reset or something? Check it.
Genuine question though. Why did I die when I shot one of the civilians earlier? I only did it to 2.
That's how
I
many
think you
Autumn-
killed him
before you
twice
die.
in a row.
Yeah, there's like a cooldown. You did it like really quickly, didn't you?
Wait, do I need to
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
possess a character, or do I just exist as a ghost? Because
I think you just exist as a ghost.
Ghost, which is kind of weird.
I guess good thing none of the hunters noticed me just standing still at spawn for like half an hour.
I'm gonna transform into my dinosaur mode.
Oh, you got your power up?
What the fuck happened?
Fantastic 3.
What the fuck happened to all my browser
We
sources?
did all of our tasks.
This is fun.
Thank you for the $10 CMG skill virus. I thanked you for that already, but I'm a hider.
Can you move now?
All right. People are gonna be able to kill me. Which
I'll
sucks.
tap out of your stream.
I'm not real.
Yeah, if you don't be cringe. Don't be cringe.
I'm just like everybody
technically
else.
tabbed in, but I'm also a hider and I'm not watching. I'm just tabbed in to help out. Or not tabbed in, but watching.
Oh, ha ha ha.
You
ha.
guys got to stop shooting civilians.
But it's so fun.
Dum, 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 dum,
Oh my goodness gracious.
dum, 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 dum.
Nice.
Ah, fuck! I thought they were AFK! Oh, god damn it! I thought they were AFK.
You only got 2 tasks left.
Oh, now you're revealing the rest of us because you're streaming.
No, no, no. I'll look away. I'll look away from the map. Look, guys can't cheat now. Nobody can cheat now. Alright, we're gonna move on.
We gotta finish this round first.
After
so doing
this
so
round.
well.
After this round, yeah, we're gonna move on. Which I don't actually. This
Beach
was my,
wave at the dock.
This was my last
They're
game.
they are just going crazy.
Okay, now we are going to a personal favorite of mine. Doomspire, no cooldown.
Well, how many players can fit into a lobby?
I think this is huge lobbies. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Doomstar probably has like 100-player lobbies.
There's
Wait.
like a specific game that's 100-player Doomspire.
Yeah.
I know that.
Having this many people might be what makes Doomspire fun for me.
Oh wait, you know what? I
Actually,
created a
Doomspire
private
is
server.
Doomspire's always.
All right, if
fun.
you guys can type this
Always.
code in chat fast enough, there you go. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna send this to Gerald, and then I'm gonna send this to chat, and whoever gets in gets in. There's only 12 player slots, unfortunately, but that's
there
just
are?
well, yeah,
Aw.
because the game is a fucking
Wait for us to join first before
Yeah.
you post the link.
12 people max. Oh, wait, I just realized I'm
12
friends with
people
everybody,
max.
so
Well, you made it. You didn't make it friends can join, right? It's only like link.
I thought I
Join.
didn't, but somehow someone got in.
Well, pretty much everyone is in besides
Stop!
Noel anyway.
Stop! Stop! Stop doing that!
Oh my god.
Dude, what the fuck?
Wait.
You want to explain yourself?
Bell, who got in that's not a friend? Just curious.
I sent it. Everybody's in now.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you could just fly with the sword?
Oh shit.
I'm coming.
Shit. What the? Oh my god, you can just do that with the bombs?
Yeah. All right, wait. All right, can I call a permanent ceasefire for a second on the whole server? I want to try something. Everybody
I don't think
stop.
that's gonna work.
Everybody
How
stop.
are you gonna get a ceasefire?
Everybody stop shooting.
Saw's hurting.
All right, stop shooting and come to the middle. I need everybody to stop shooting and come to the middle. We're going to do something awesome. We're going to get a world record.
World record?
Dude, don't fucking kill. Ah! Okay, stop firing rockets. We're going to get a world record. Everyone come to the middle. We're going to get a world record, okay? Gold, stop that. All right. Once everybody's here, here's what we're going to do. Yeah, what's up? Oh, you killed me. I know it wasn't a purpose though. Stop with the bouncy balls. Stop. We have to get a world record. That's not the world record. Stop killing each other. I'm coming back, guys. Just wait for me.
Oh, we're making some sick music over here.
Okay, everybody stop placing things. All right. Everybody pull out the bomb tool, but don't place a bomb. We're all going to place bombs as fast as we can. All at the same time. And we're just going to make as many fucking bombs as there could possibly be in this game. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to count down.
Let me get over there.
Just do it when we start doing it, since it's desynced.
I'm going to do it in Roblox chat.
Okay. God, I can't believe actually everyone stopped.
Jesus.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
For anyone else?
Yeah.
No.
Did that crash
Oh my-
anybody?
No, I'm fine. Well, you can
Crash, but,
you can
it
just
went completely black.
Are
wait,
the
just
bombs exploding for anyone?
not really. Just spam bomb jump. Just keep jumping and quickly. Just keep flying up.
No, stop! Stop! Okay, guys, we're gonna set another world record. Everybody's gotta stop fighting and come to the middle again.
Oh
We're gonna
my
set
God.
another world
You're
record.
getting another... Doing a second world record bit.
We're doing
Mr.
another
Beast
world
challenge.
record. Everybody come to the middle. Don't kill anybody. Everybody come to the middle non-violently. We're gonna set another world record.
Someone took off one of my arms. This is
Yeah,
not
that was
fun.
me for fun.
Why did you do that?
Guys,
Fun,
stop
I
throwing
already-
bombs and rockets. We have to set another world record.
I literally have to fly up with the sword.
All right, we're gonna end this round. We're gonna destroy all the towers, and then we'll set another world record. There goes
Yeah.
blue. Holy
Yay.
shit!
Wait, do you think we could coordinate it so? Wait, like we can't do it this round. We can coordinate so everyone just breaks the bottom of each base, but they're all connected to the center bridge still.
Yeah, we can try a bunch of stuff with this for sure.
Oh, red is getting fucking torn down.
Oh,
I knew what I was doing.
no! No! No!
No,
No!
we just gotta
It
get
still
green. Come
spawns
on,
you.
just get green. Just get green.
What the fuck? We won!
No, get green, get green, get green.
Green
Okay,
won!
wait.
Okay.
Guys, this
all right,
round-
all right. This round, nobody do anything. I have a plan.
No,
Nobody do any.
Yeah.
We're all gonna meet in the
Oh
middle.
my God, you
Nobody
want
start
another
anything.
world record.
We're all gonna meet in the middle and not hurt anybody yet. Okay.
We're gonna have world
Okay.
peace. We're gonna have world
All right.
peace.
All right. We're gonna set a new world record. All right.
not true.
Everybody get as far. Okay. Everybody get like this far back from the
Oh my
white square. Okay.
Wait, what? I can't see what's happening.
You see where I'm standing?
over here.
Make sure you stay. Okay. Don't spawn walls. No, don't spawn walls because that's gonna ruin our plan. Trust me. Stop spawning walls,
they
please.
despawn. They despawn. They
Okay.
stop.
Okay, stop spawning walls and we can do it. Everybody needs to be a decent distance away from the white... Oh, that's a bomb. Don't throw bombs. Dog King, stop throwing bombs. Okay. All right, everybody stop. All right, now that we're all a decent distance away, we're going to just spam as many rockets as we possibly can. Make sure no one's in your way at the white square. All right. No, get rid of that fucking wall. That'll destroy me. Okay.
Oh my god!
All right, we're going. Ah, somebody shot me.
Gold,
Yeah,
Gold,
I
you
pretty
were
much
behind
immediately
me and
died.
I shot the rocket, but because you were over the cursor behind me, it
Oh, God, it's fucking war.
How's that even work? Okay.
My OBS! My OBS is crashing!
No.
My OBS was crashing!
Oh god. Okay, wait. We gotta do one more round because I have an idea that I just. Really
Yeah, we can try that idea. I like that.
Like, we can on this round.
Fuck you,
I'm
Yellow!
not gonna work on this round.
Don't worry, it shouldn't take too long to end the round.
My legs are gone.
It really is war.
War and peace.
Ah! Stop! Fuck my fucking tower, dude! No! God damn it! Alright, blue is gone. Fuck. They did it.
I rocket rode.
Oh, blue's not gone! Stop! Stop! Stop!
I'm firing right at Bell.
Stop!
You're like
Stop!
intercepting the rockets in midair with your own.
What the fuck?
There's just so much blue.
Stop firing rockets at me, you red bitches! Huh? So silly!
Firing rockets at my house.
Okay, I'm tired. Good night, cool stream, brother.
Oh, there it goes. There goes blue.
No, we're still good. We're still good.
Still the bottom
We
of
stay
it. We gotta get to the
fighting. Fuck. No, no. Everybody stop. Everybody, you're bullying blue. You're bullying blue. Oh, there's so many rockets. Oh, God. Oh, God, stop. We don't deserve this.
Gold, we're gonna win. Gold, we're gonna be the winner.
No.
Stop. Stop.
Wait a minute.
You got knocked down green. No. I'm on blue. I'm on blue. That's me. That's me.
Okay. My bad.
I think the problem with the rockets, we're hitting like the projectile cap, so my rockets aren't actually doing anything.
Okay.
No, what? No, no, no.
No, we won. We won.
We won? Okay, it's fine.
Okay, nobody.
okay.
Okay,
No one-
everybody
no one-
stop. Gold has an idea.
Okay. I already hear rockets. Stop. Stop.
Stop
shooting
rocketing. Stop rocketing. Stop. Stop the rockets. Stop the bombs. Please, you're gonna ruin the plan early.
He's fired. He's fired.
Oh my God! Stop the fucking bombs. I'll ban you from the private server. That's something I can do. Stop with the
Okay.
fucking bombs. We have a
Yeah,
plan.
I think we're
I'm
calm.
just throwing them off
Okay.
the edge.
Okay.
So we could don't start yet, but we could break each other's bases, but only the bottom base. Don't break the top connection, so they're all still connected at the top bridge, but they're all floating. I just want to see what happens. So everyone go to the bottom of each other's.
I don't know if that's gonna.
bases and break the
I
bottom.
don't think it's gonna work. We can
I think
try.
I'm just gonna disconnect it.
No, because they're specifically connected at the top from these like beams. If we don't break those, they should just float.
All right. Well, I'm circumcising blue.
Uh-huh.
Ew.
I'm getting red.
Oh.
I think it's just falling. I think it's just falling apart.
No, it's fine.
Well, no, just but don't shoot up too high. You're breaking like pretty high up on
It's
blue.
just getting destroyed. You're not even at the bottom. You're just destroying the
Well, we need to hit the back wall. No, okay, it literally just falls apart.
No,
wait,
it's
but
fine.
floating. Right now it's floating, so blue's good. Blue's good. You've got
Blue is not floating. There's one connection left.
I'm trying to do it from within my own base.
You can't do it on your own base.
Oh, okay, well.
Who the fuck
Okay,
killed me?
now blue is floating.
All right, so he's got to do what happened to blue to all the other bases.
Oh wait, you can't shoot the rockets in first person.
Right? Yeah, because right now blue's not falling. It's still technically anchored to all the other bases. If we unanchor all of them from the bottom, maybe something will happen.
Guys, stop firing rockets at me. I have to get up.
My rockets are despawning. People are shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many.
Oh.
I'm not
Okay.
even joking.
Oh, green is just falling
Oh,
apart.
green just fell.
Ah!
Connection on.
Oh,
Wait, so
yeah,
Green and
red!
yellow.
Yeah, red!
I
Blue team,
fucking.
blue team now!
I went all
okay,
the way.
well the plan almost worked, but it's fine.
What the fuck happened? Where am I?
Well, the problem is when everyone is floating. Yeah, red win, red win. Hit green.
I'm still alive. I went to heaven. This is true bliss.
Winner. Winner.
What? How did red lose?
Failure.
Guys, I don't know what to
All right,
do.
next game.
All my bombs.
Next
Oh,
game.
yeah! Yes, 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 yes.
What is the?
It's like my favorite song.
Can we do item asylum? How big are item asylum lobbies?
I don't know if
There's
I
like a-
can handle
They're
item
like
asylum.
20 something, but there's like big versions of Item Asylum. I mean, do we have any other games? I feel like Item Asylum's like the end. That's how we end it.
Okay, let's
She
jump
mentioned,
into
like,
item
the-
asylum. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting too high to continue stream, so we'll just do some item asylum and then end.
Okay.
Why not do Horse Plinko Tycoon?
No.
Surreal Game Finder. I feel like we got our fix of surreal games.
Yeah.
They're like okay, but they're not really enhanced.
Okay, wait.
by
A private
being
server
high, I
is
feel.
16. Is there a way to get a larger server?
I mean, it's probably like a different game. That would be a bigger lobby.
I think
Large
16 would be fine. 'cause I think we
Okay,
have
16.
12
We
viewers
just
right now.
don't share the link until all of us are
Are
in.
there any
and then-
Fin Roblox games?
Okay.
I'm
Probably.
sure. There was one. Then I caused terrible mayhem in it.
Okay, everybody join the Lincoln Gerald. That's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and then the rest will be for you, chat. Somebody already got in there, so I don't know how they did that.
get in. Wait.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
You're fine.
Everybody join in quickly!
Go to the bathroom real quick.
I
Did
love
you join the
doing
server?
things.
Okay, I'm in now.
I'm loading. Give me a second.
Okay, I'm sending the link in
Oh
chat
wait, is
now.
this just
Wait, don't do it. Don't do it.
What? Don't do it.
It's gun game if it was cool.
Well, this isn't really gun gaming. That's just
Infinite
specific mode.
Welfare.
Some of them are.
Infinite Welfare was like a Roblox game with a bunch of random shit it would spawn you in with, and you'd kill each other.
Here we go.
Portland.
Okay, we made it.
Portland. Oh, this guy.
Oh my god. The man on the leash.
I forgot how to play this game. Oh, Bleed Scouts. Holy
Hey,
shit.
Bell, you're the host, right? You could force the map to be like small plate. See that?
Oh, yeah.
This is awesome. I'm killing so many people with this dog. Oh, it's a cat.
When's the Hypixel Skyblock stream series? I think I tried Hypixel Skyblock. I don't think I liked it at all.
If you
Oh,
guys
it's
don't want to
complete
know
grind stuff.
what it's like smoking
Stop!
weed, you gotta piss a lot.
Oh, god damn it. Get off my fucking screen! Ah!
Ow!
A-Train's here! What the fuck?
The Masters. America!
Someone got Chicago. Or no, that was America.
Can one of my mods pen... Nyara, can you pen the server join, by the way? We're gonna be here for like quite a bit.
Yeah, I
Thank
did
you.
it.
Hey, Mason, cinder block! Okay.
I'll do it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. Hi, Benny. Welcome to the stream. Fuck you! That did 20 damage.
28 stab wounds.
Fuck you!
Wow.
Help! No! I tried. Spy around here.
Oh my god!
I got shitty items. What the fuck? I'm gonna... Hold on.
I'm Baldy.
Minecraft.
Falls and dies. Dies of cringe.
This is awesome.
Yeah. It's not running too bad. I think.
What did I
Oh,
just
as
do?
soon as you said that, I had a lag spike.
I think
That's
everyone
my
got
curse.
that.
Give yourself train. Train is the funniest weapon in the game, and I will give it to myself.
What? No, I can't stop running!
I heart lag. Oh, where am I?
Why is someone a squid? What the fuck?
We
Oh,
just saw
rain.
them.
Wait, they had the Rain World squid, whatever they're called. I forgot actually. Here, do you see this?
Wait, the fucking rot is here. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, Rod, that was it.
Oh yeah, that's Daddy Longlegs.
It's just named Dallas.
Wait, did I
Yeah,
get
that's not a player, that's an
Melty
NPC.
blood?
There's a lot of references.
Wait, that was what I spawned. Oh,
Oh, you spawned?
yeah. I didn't know how it worked.
I'm gonna kill it.
Hold on, I gotta spawn more things.
Okay, never mind. Don't kill. Okay, if you
Sometimes you
touch
just
it.
experience the worst lag of your life.
I'm so good at this.
Dr.
I'm
Perky,
such emo
smoke 'em
dude.
in the crib.
Okay, Belle, what did you do over here?
Whoa.
I like how I got Fire Force.
I'm
but
not
then
dead.
It was a Fire Punch thing, I think.
That's so loud.
Seinfeld.
Someone's got Dante's.
Yeah, what?
You're not Seinfeld.
Yeah, I assumed Dante was you, but I guess not.
No.
Oh my god, there's so many clones.
Who's this?
Belle keeps spawning in clones.
Oh, that's smarts.
Oh my god, this is.
Jet? I'm singing the jet. No, hey, like that.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
Oh, because I touched the rot.
Oh, I got Infinite Welfare.
What else can I summon?
Killer fish from.
I think this is the worst of an item asylum level he has ever run.
God, someone
wonder
spawned
why.
Daddy Long. There's 2 Daddy Long legs. Oh my god.
I think Bell might be spawning too many entities.
Probably. Oh wait, look at all the NPCs over there.
Someone had the fucking Homestuck hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, is that me?
I
We
don't know
gotta
what the
kill
fuck's
these
going on.
NPCs before Bell lags out the server.
Well, there's certain items that are
can't-
only like admin panel items.
Yeah, that's what I was trying
This
to
game
find.
is on
Watch
fire.
out for the rot!
I think it's all the way near the bottom. That's where you gotta look.
Did I just get... Oh, thank you for the follow, nickname 84.
The hell's this item?
Eek. Where am I? What?
You turn on your voice chat.
Oh, I thought it was dead.
How do I? What?
I think you might have accidentally clicked above your head.
I got aided by the freaking squid.
There we go.
Fish. Fish.
Oh, I freaking hit Daddy Longs of the king.
Bell, I'm gonna post some instructions in Gerald. I want you to do this on the next round.
Okay.
Give me all the items.
Oh, the rot got me. Fuck, 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 fuck,
This is
fuck,
really
fuck,
fun.
fuck, 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 fuck.
Alright, I sent you the message. We're doing this next round.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be that. Okay, Bell forced the map for next round, so it's gonna go really well for me.
Oh, okay.
Well, can I?
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
No, this is the lobby.
Well, yeah, I know.
Ah, okay. This
Oh,
is
cut
awesome.
right.
Your voice chat is on in game.
Why does it keep happening to me?
Guys, we can't all fit in one cart.
Yeah, we can. Look, it's
Oh
working.
my
Oh!
The thing is, I don't even remember like turning on
Spawn a
voice
cart.
chat as a
Spawn a
feature.
cart, spawn
I don't know
another
how
cart.
it's on.
Can we get a
Yeah,
new
they made
cart?
it so you
or-
don't need to send your like ID in anymore to get voice chat.
Give me it.
No. Dame Dane guy.
Dame Dane.
His name is Yakuza.
All right, this is gonna be really fun, guys. I chose the best map of the game.
Okay.
Hey, I got the.
Well, I'm not sure if we could do the thing on the. I don't think we're able to survive long enough on this map to do the thing.
Oh wait,
Don't worry. This map only lasts for 100 seconds. It's way shorter.
Infinite blade works.
Fuck!
Oh, there we go. I finally managed to die.
Oh,
How much longer will you play Roblox? I'm on my way home. Bad luck, Wallace.
Also, probably not watching the stream.
Is there like an unmute
That
button?
wasn't really for them.
How do I keep pressing it so?
What the fuck is going on here? I'm ending the round. This shit sucks.
This
But
sucks
it's only
really
50 seconds left.
Okay, this
Yeah,
next
I
one.
won.
I won. Okay.
You won. You won.
I won.
Hey, this is just
Alright, do the
Andy's house.
Do the instructions I gave you on the next one.
I'm so full of rocks.
This is a nice reprieve.
I'm so high right now.
Yours? No. Banned. Deafened. Banned. Banned. Muted. In that order.
All right, here we are. This
I
is
held that. Okay.
Okay.
Could be. I'll stand over
I'm just like Baldy from Basic.
okay.
Someone chasing
Like,
after us. Get him.
Yeah.
Oh,
It should be trivial enough to kill them.
I guess not.
Maybe not for you.
No, wait, don't do it. Okay. Okay, I thought someone else was coming up for a second.
What?
What?
Hold on.
Ashura Senku.
Okay, I'm back. I had to. Where did I go? Wait.
Oh, you weren't even here? I thought it was just like waiting patiently.
Where's my cat been this whole time? Okay.
You could do the commands.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, and then I need. Oh wait, no, you need. All right, don't do this yet.
Oh, Tiger Drop.
Hold on, I need to fix something.
Here, you gave me the wrong one.
Well, I'm gonna give the other one to B, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Do I gotta use bird or just hold it?
Help!
Yeah, just have bird on your
What
head.
did I do? Chat, I'm not appearing on stream, and I have to fix it. But I'm so high,
Oh.
it's really hard to do. Hello?
I got Tiger Drop. It takes 0 damage, as you know.
This isn't a good map to do this on.
What the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah, unfortunately, there are apparently stream problems.
Yeah.
But
Why
yeah,
am I on fire?
I don't know
Oh,
where I.
Sanford
Oh,
have-
there I am. Okay, hold on.
Do you use bounce? Oh, they do.
Sorry, chat. I don't know what happened. I had to fucking fix
Free.
myself.
Free.
Free Wi-Fi anywhere you go.
Apples.
Oh, you now have a floating point error in your health bar.
Copy, transform,
Oh, yeah.
paste, transform. Huh? Chat, I gotta be real. I don't know where I went, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what the fuck happened.
What did you do? Did you hit undo on your
I
OBS?
don't know, but I'm just gonna replace myself right here, and all will be okay. Thank you for the follow, the Carno composing. I'm very high right now. Okay, fixed it. We're good.
Oh, someone's coming up here. Go away. Get out of here.
Okay.
That saw.
I hope I can get.
Okay. Now what do we do?
There's stuff coming up here.
You hold it. Just hold the item. Just hold the item. Gold.
Oh, we did it! All right, you motherfuckers. You're gonna have to deal with us now. We're the big bads of the game. That's right, you motherfuckers. Fuck off! We're gonna fucking kill all of you! We're gonna kill every single one of you! What the fuck? What the fuck? What? How did you die so quickly?
And your parents are gone.
So make sure not to fall off because you will just die.
No, I just got instantly killed. I don't know how.
Oh, you.
Oh, you might have gotten death noted.
No, I was using the Kentucky gun, and it has a chance to instantly kill, I think.
No, I saw Silly killed me. Saw Silly, what did you do? Oh, god damn it, I'm not with the bosses anymore. Fuck.
It's okay, I died too. You do not get a lot of health as Apocalypse Bird.
Oh, it drains down. Okay.
It had Death Note? That's so unfair. What the fuck? Alright, well, now we're just in a boss fight against Gold, I guess. He got in the plane!
Will not last long. He's only at 250 health.
Holy shit. Why are you fighting me? There's a boss!
Oh my god, someone had stick.
Oh.
Yep.
Where the fuck did
My
I
stick.
go?
With Saul.
Sent away forever.
No, leave me
I
alone!
didn't realize there was a skill on the sword. I should have used that more.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
very good.
fuck. Where's Gold? There he is. I got this. Oh, fuck. No, never mind. I got hit so hard.
Oh, I think I
We did
paralleled.
it!
Get
We did it!
Yeah.
We fucking killed Gold!
Yeah.
Yes! That was so easy. It was too easy.
We should do one of the boss fight maps. I think like the 10-hour burst boss fight's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a...
Yeah, I remember getting the rock and having a bunch
Clayman?
of HP on
Clayman's
it.
alright.
Well, isn't it like you don't even play the bosses in this one?
No, but they're just some like fun ones. These are all on the same.
Ow! Alright.
Well,
Let's
that's a nice
move.
sound that makes.
Good game! Good
I
game.
got pretty high.
We're gonna finish it off with the boss battle.
Darcy, how did
What's
you
the
get
best
so
boss
high?
battle?
So many kills.
I've like 10-hour
good at
bursts.
video games.
I
I
don't
see,
know
that
what
makes
it's
sense.
called actually, but it's the one that
Was
you're
that one
fighting against-
good? I thought that one sucked.
It
That
was
is
just
so
really
fair.
hard, but we only had like 4 people, so maybe with a lot of people we can actually
Doesn't
do
the
it.
health scale with player count? I would guess it does.
But there'd be more people shooting
Oh no no,
weapons.
Juggernaut mode is the one where you play as the boss.
Oh,
so
should we
let's
do
a boss and then a Juggernaut.
Okay, Boston Juggernaut. Let's do.
And
boss
I'll be
first,
the
though.
Juggernaut. Or maybe it picks a random one, but still.
It's random.
Slight dent in the back.
Okay, which boss did you pick?
10 hour.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this one's hard, but like, maybe we'll be able to do it if this many people now.
Made it to the map vote. Not that it can do anything.
Wait, the stream is blocked in someone's region, and they're watching it through the stream.
It's probably because I put
preview.
on the intoxication.
Interesting.
Wait, I'm trying to listen to the story. Everyone quiet.
Camera has been found in a park not too far away from Thunderstone. The footage shows an unknown amount of people attempting to hunt down the 10-hour burstman. It appears that the 10-hour burstman likes to hide within the shadows, so if you're ever in the event of a 10-hour burstman attack, avoid wandering into darker areas. Viewer discretion is heavily advised, as many will find this reporting disturbing. The following footage has been provided.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait, I can't.
And here come all of the noises.
We got this, guys. I don't know where he is, but just don't get close to the dark or he'll get you.
Yeah, I feel like the strategy is to be in the lighters, but he tries to push you out as well.
Wait, I think is that noise him?
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There he is.
Oh God, help me! Help me! Help!
Yeah, he tries dragging you to the dark. You gotta be careful. Oh, he has the boss sword. Okay.
I see.
He has fucking JoJo. Just instantly kills everyone.
Fuck! What are we gonna
We
do?
gotta get the death. We gotta get the death note.
I think Death Note just does like 200 damage to him. Doesn't
I
actually
see.
kill him.
How do I do a Juggernaut round? What color is
Holy
that?
hand grenade.
It's a game mode, but it's on any map. But it's a game mode.
Oh, I see.
instead of a map.
Okay.
Well, don't the maps have game modes?
Yeah, but you can do it on any map in the admin panel. I mean, it doesn't matter. Doom's okay.
It's gonna work.
I mean, yeah.
Hot bandit!
There you go.
I don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. I didn't do any
This is so
damage
hard
on
to
him.
see. This is the worst boss because I don't know where they are. Oh, he's got
There he
Jojo. He's got Jojo.
Fuck this guy!
I got He's shooting.
Where
I
am
don't even know where we're meant to be fighting.
I ruined everything.
I
Just
don't either.
everywhere.
Okay, yay.
Wherever they are.
Okay, yay.
Oh, he's here.
Oh,
He's in the
there's-
big
oh.
plug.
Oh, there he is. The unkind fellow.
I really hope I'm hitting him right now. I don't know what I'm doing, but a lot. Oh, there we go.
Holy shit.
I got a lot of damage in.
Oh. Okay. One might. There it is. Okay.
He's in. Oh no.
He's attacking me.
Where is he?
This game's easy, chat.
Apparently, I've done 500 damage to him.
Hammer.
I can't even find him. I don't. I think I'm on.
don't-
I'm on
This
3
boss is
lives.
gonna take forever.
Blair's all the way down there.
All right. Do we want to
You've
move
done
on to the
50.
Juggernaut round? I feel like we're not gonna beat this guy.
This guy
Okay.
sucks.
Okay, I never beat this hard. I don't know how you're supposed to do this.
All right.
Probably
chat.
scales.
This is our last round, and then I'm gonna end stream. So make it count.
Oh, hey.
Already?
Cool.
Okay.
And then the avatar showcase.
Yeah, it's been almost 3 hours. That's usually when. Oh yeah, Avatar
Look,
Showcase.
we
Thank you
even
for
got- we
reminding
even got
me.
a we even got a Juggernaut vote.
We'll do an Avatar Showcase at the end. Don't worry. We'll go to a nice hangout game, and I'll review all your avatars.
So we just sit there and you look at our avatars?
You know, you get in a line and.
I ring the bell.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, remember to hit that bell, hit subscribe.
Remember to hit that subscribe button. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free and get me money.
I'm gonna get the Juggernaut. Watch this.
No,
Nah, I'm gonna get it. I'm the luckiest person that's ever been.
I don't think anybody on the stream's gonna get it. I think it's gonna be some random person.
No,
Oh,
see,
it's
look.
you!
We should ban everyone.
It is me. Holy
Oh,
shit!
wait, I got it. It is.
Impressive.
Yeah, pick
I
your
saw the
Juggernaut.
list. I have the list open.
Holy fucking shit! That's so interesting that it's me, especially.
It's on Doomspire!
She picked Doomspire.
It's your battleground. Oh, I see.
Oh, there she is. She's in red.
She has an outline. Okay.
Let's fucking go! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah.
Get me out! Get me out of here! You fool! My orbs! My orbs!
Shit about your...
Which boss did you even pick?
You're all gonna die to my orbs, you buffoons! Idiots. Get me out of here. I'm going. I gotta get out of here. You guys are doing too much damage to me.
Can't just run away. We have lives, Bo. You have to deplete our lives.
Just gonna run at the timer.
You can't
like
get in
TTT.
here. Oh wait, there's a bottom! There's a bottom! See you guys later. Yeah, come down the path, why don't you? Ooh, my orbs are gonna get. Oh,
Oh,
just spot.
and there it goes. Okay,
Guys.
Good job, everyone.
all right. There we
Guys,
go.
cringe.
You guys won. All right, that's gonna do it for this stream. I didn't mean to die. Oh, we can do one more. We can do one more.
We should do another one.
Let's go.
Pet
It's
stop.
the
Hey, look.
Pet Stop lobby. You have to.
Okay. What map
Is
should
there
I
a Juggernaut
choose?
Map here?
No, but we can just pick one.
Dies of fail.
I'm gonna pick. Are these other maps? Oh, those are lobbies. Okay.
Dies of awesome.
Dies of awesome. Yeah.
Actually, this is probably pretty good. Should we do Final Destination for a Juggernaut map?
Dies of
Sure,
alright.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, this will work. Okay.
It'll make it harder to randomly fall off.
All right,
Well,
I shouldn't
still be
be.
possible,
It should
though.
actually choose somebody else's Juggernaut, which will be more
Yeah,
fun.
donk. Whoever.
Donk.
Donk.
Who's Juggernaut?
For a second, I thought that was.
Oh, that's
Five, so-
Marcy. Oh wait, that's not Marcy.
No, I'm
No,
not.
it's not.
No, I'm Mr. Tom.
Where are they?
Oh, I've got fucking One Punch Man. Okay, this is gonna be over fast.
Where?
That should insta-code.
I've been led to believe.
Oh,
that
they're
it only
guys.
takes
They're
one
AFK.
Alright, let's see. Wait, they're typing. They were typing. Oh, they can't see.
I can't see.
Get
Oh, well.
Fucking get him! Fucking get
Blind
him!
man.
Kill the blind! Kill the blind!
Oh, you heard it here first, folks.
Oh,
What
the
happened?
Guys are awesome.
They just became a
We do
puddle on
one
the
more
ground.
round.
Oh, we're doing
Yeah,
another
one
one. Yeah.
more.
All right.
It'll be me this time. It's gonna be so awesome.
Guys are blind.
Okay, you didn't have to do it that many times.
It's force end. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, me.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, I fucking red mist. I don't think I got to select it because I was fucking shift locked and you can't undo
Wait,
that.
you're the red mist? Like,
No, it
That's
didn't let me
crazy.
select it because of shift lock.
Oh, just barely missed the nuclear strike.
The fucking fish!
I did 38 damage.
you must name it like I have.
40?
How did someone already do 36,000 damage?
Leave me alone! My weapon's almost
35.
charged!
Oh no, it's 36.5. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
I like it.
Let me do it! Where'd they go?
Hi, my name is Gold Snowman.
I got it off. That did a good amount of damage, actually.
We got this, chat. Oh! Guys, that was the most telegraphed move in existence. You could have dodged that.
I was using the parry move too early. That's why I got killed. Oh wait, am I dead? How many lives did I have?
3.
Great.
Oh.
Oh, I'm on my last life then. I thought we had 6 like the boss fight.
What?
Got you.
It's okay. That was my first life.
Too bad.
Pixel gun, Franklin badge. Well, this is good to have, I guess, just in case.
No, I haven't died once yet. Actually, did I die? Oh, I've died once, yeah.
Hey, Luigi.
That's fine. My last life is my secret weapon.
Wait, Earth Defense Force 6 has been out in Japan for 2 years already?
That's not related to the... Boom! 257 damage.
Sorry, it's not related. I just was making an observation.
Fuck off.
This is the worst.
Oh wait, that was my last life. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Saw, I believe in you. Saw's gonna win it. Saw.
For the
It's
world.
all on Saw. It's all
Oh,
dependent
Vampire
on
Knives
Saw.
is
If
really
Saw
good.
Dies, it's
What?
over.
Get away from me!
For everyone. Saw has to clutch this.
Don't put so much pressure.
Why aren't you dying?
I'm at 0.8 health. Okay.
Guys, this could be it.
Saw's gonna clutch
Could
it.
be the
watch.
win.
That's how you can win this.
Saw, you will be the savior everyone needed.
No conception of how
Clutch it. Clutch it. Just have to throw your knives or whatever it is you're throwing.
Vampire Knives, yes.
You're not dead yet. You're not dead
Who
yet.
the hell is nickname 64? Welcome to the stream. You can't see shit. I mean, it's all here. I don't know. Oh, chat's gone. What the fuck?
Got him.
RDM.
Oh yeah, so it's another life.
Oh, you're on the game.
Oh,
Okay.
you're still alive. So I was like
You
the
can-
only person actually playing in Alive too. You should
Yeah.
let Saul win because it would be awesome.
They just got bouncy red balls.
For narrative purposes,
Wait,
we should do
if
so.
Saw actually wins with the bouncy red balls.
I don't know about this. Might work out.
When's the Avatar showcase? I hate this. Then leave my fucking stream.
Your balls! Your balls!
How would you describe that?
Oh,
Yeah, and everyone else is AFK. They ain't even playing.
Ah well.
What an anticlimactic finish.
Oh,
Guys,
there's one person
you
alive.
guys have to
There's a
fucking
few-
do something. People went AFK because they hate
I'm pretty sure
video
Donk
games.
can't see.
They hate
Yeah.
fun. They hate all fun.
Donk has got this. They can't see, but they got spirit.
just keep slashing.
Move to your left a little. To your left.
Oh, this is gonna be.
Oh,
Forward.
Oh, nope,
Oh,
nope.
Okay.
They could see they were lying.
Oh, sorry
Ah,
guys,
well.
I fucking blocked it. All right. Well, Juggernaut wins. Congrats, everybody. Now we're gonna go into one last game
You've just added a browser source.
and show
man,
off.
me.
My chat stopped appearing on screen. I don't know why. I was trying to fix it, but it didn't work. So, whatever.
How win?
I'm sad I didn't get to pick Red Mist because of the shift lock. glitch.
Okay.
can't see red mist Squidward creepypasta.
What's a good game we could go into to show off everyone's avatars? Avatar
I think this is like a showcase stage game.
showcase stage. Showcase.
We should go to Adopt Me.
That's true. I actually do have a house in Adopt Me. We'll go there.
I don't.
We'll go. Everybody will just go into my house and adopt me. And wait, no, that has custom avatars. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Showcase.
What game did Germa play?
There was a custom one.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Oh, the chat just stopped appearing. Well, or started appearing. Maybe it just disappears after a second. Okay, let's go.
Or just like a hangout game, actually. That would be good.
It's like a submarine hangout game, although that would probably be bad for this. Probably.
Fuck. Avatar Showcase. Guys,
Go
I'm
to
too high
Warrior
think about
Cats
this right
Ultimate
now.
Edition.
Avatar
Let's-
showcase
hold on,
games are like make custom avatars.
No, let's go to a Walmart RP game.
Okay.
Oh, you're right.
Scare all
You're
the-
right.
all the
Walmart
work.
RP. Walmart RP.
That would be called Win.
We go to the verified
What
Walmart
version?
account and go to the
Mhm.
official Walmart.
Okay, everybody join me. We're in the Walmart RP game.
Yeah.
If this
We're so
forces R15, then I'll join a different game. But it looks old.
What if it forces you to wear a Walmart outfit?
I think it does force R15. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Hold on. What about
This is evil.
this Walmart? This Walmart might work. Let's go to this one.
Wahoo! What about Super
McDonald's.
Mario,
Trip
64
to
Walmart
trip to Walmart and it has the McDonald's logo on it. That's called Win.
This one forces R15 too.
That's
Don't
how
go
you know
here.
it's Walmart.
Make a game? I did. I have made games actually. You know what? We're just gonna go to one of my games.
Okay.
But you have games?
On your phone, free Wi-Fi anywhere you go.
Where the fuck?
Oh.
Yes, yes. We actually deleted all your game bucks. Sorry.
Which one of these has
Hop
the
on Adam
biggest?
Sandler. You can't say that.
That's 6.
I can hop on Adam
No,
Sandler
that's
now.
6-player lobby. I don't know why. I did
Adam
that.
Sandler's 6-player lobby. Yeah.
One of
How
these games
vile.
has a big player lobby because I know I didn't make them all with low player lobby. I think I have one that's like actually you can actually do stuff in.
What if we did Avatar review in the middle of natural disaster survival?
Darkness.
Wait, are you not on browser? I was gonna say just
WIP.
right-click them and open them in.
What's that one game where it's like 100 players, but you're all inside a small box?
That's Scop Recreation.
I'm trying
The
to think of
most
That
cr- the most cramped place on Roblox. That's what we should play.
Darkness is 25. Okay. Well, one of the darknesses.
25. Wait, Belle, look at the game.
What?
This can work.
No, that won't work. We need to go to like an actual place to like show off avatars. I would go to Petscop, but it's dark. But I guess it'll work. Yeah, let's go to Petscop. We're all gonna go to the Petscop world, guys.
We're
Oh, but it's
going to the real
private?
Petscop.
I don't have Roblox Studio downloaded. We're not doing all this.
Okay. Oh my God! Why can't we find one?
Okay, chat. We're gonna go to
Just like a hangout game. Okay, that's probably.
Walmart. I'll find one.
Okay, Walmart.
You really just keep looking up Walmart.
Yeah, because it'll work eventually.
It'll work. It'll work.
We go to Catboy and Catgirl furry clothing.
What?
Yay.
All right.
No, but that's good. Custom clothing. We don't want that.
Walmart Supercenter. Walmart. Trip to Walmart. I have a stupid game with 50 player slots. Yeah, that'll probably work. I just need to make sure it's not forcing our 15. We'll join Stitch's game. Are you in it right now? Is this it? Yeah, all right. We'll join Stitch's game to do some avatar stuff. Yeah, it's got cool lighting too.
I think the you don't want to see me angry thing has gotten like 1 million ripoffs apparently.
Everybody come with me. We're going over here. We're gonna hang out at the fountain, and I'm gonna look at all your avatars. So you can tell me stories. You can tell me magic stories, and I'll rate them. I'll rank your avatars.
I will join the judgment crew because my avatar is completely unnotable.
Everybody come over here. This is the last place we're gonna be today, and then we're gonna take a big group picture as well. And once everybody's in.
I don't think stream images are working at the moment. Also, by the way.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'm not gonna fix it.
Alrighty, I just thought I'd bring it up.
Let's see.
I
SoundCloud.
can test one more.
Aguski, I guess I'll ask you this when I get to you. Alright, Gold, are you gonna be judge or are you gonna be judged?
This game hasn't been updated in so long. The admin scripts don't work. That's funny. Okay, chat. No, I'm gonna play this song.
Who are we starting with?
Okay, chat. Everybody, I'm gonna go sit at a random bench, and you all get in the line. Okay, this bench.
I'm gonna sit next to her because I am judge number 2.
Okay.
I'm judge.
Okay, we're ready. Okay. Actually, everybody go out of the way, and then you can come in when it's your turn. Because
line up to like
if we're doing 5 cells. I think we do 5 cells Suzzly as like a duo because they've got matching skins.
Okay, Cecily comes here. Okay, so I can see
How
5.
How are you feeling, Judge? How are you feeling, Chef?
You're the dog with the Pepsi logo, and Saw's the smiley cat with the Coca-Cola logo.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I do have one criticism. The cat ears are poking through the little smiley face, but the smiley face is blinking, so that
Yeah,
kind of
what the fuck is wrong with you? I can't join? Friend me on Roblox. That's how we're doing it right now.
So I'm looking at these Coca-Cola shirts,
That's my username.
and one of them doesn't entirely fit the color scheme. I feel like the Pepsi blue is a little bit off blue.
Mine says Coca-Cola.
Yep.
That is true.
Yeah. So you must be talking about Soul.
What are we rating out of?
How much it resembles a
It did
popular
work?
soda
Oh,
drink
send
brand.
the
That's
link-
how you-
send
what
the
you
Oh,
link
have.
okay,
to
that's a
me.
straight 10 then.
Alright,
Yes.
10.
Not a lot of you are gonna do a lot better than that.
It's called winning, everyone.
Alright, you get out of here. Get out of here. You gotta go behind the win. You gotta go to the winner's bench.
Okay, I'm gonna put the game link.
Okay, you guys won. Okay.
That's just Dante from fucking.
Hey everybody, it's me, Dante. From
That's the
Limbus.
wrong thing.
My favorite
that
things
one.
are
Yeah, from
Matching
Liberal.
6,
Yeah.
having
That's the
compelling
game.
storylines,
Okay,
being
let's see
made by
here.
Project Moon.
Okay, go that way.
Like 5 out of 10.
Thanks.
Like that.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
go.
I give it
All
like
You
a
go to
6.
like the middler med.
right, what's your avatar about? I don't really get it.
This appears to be some sort of. Oh, is this? I think this is Asgore.
This
Some
is
sort of
under.
Asgore
This is
type.
Homestuck. Homestuck gets a 2 out of 10. Get out of my sight.
Yeah.
No one even
Haguski,
noticed
are
my
you?
stockings.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is just Asgore.
That's what you
That's
get
like a
for
6
being.
out of 10.
That's what you get for being Homestuck. What's up?
Haguski, are you supposed to be an SS-13 moth?
What? I don't know what that is.
I know what that is.
Space Station.
Yes,
What
10
the
out of
fuck?
10. Go to winner's bench. Go to winner's bench.
Yeah,
You
winner's
win.
bench is over there. I forgot we were doing the same.
Win.
The
win.
winners go over there. Go that way. And losers go over
Okay,
here.
next
Oh,
up.
09. I'm having trouble
Is
reading
that-
this. Okay, so
What does
kind of
that say?
a
It
Fortnite shirt.
cart night? It's
Cart
fucking
night.
Fortnite weed.
Okay, 9, 10. I mean,
Okay,
that's
yeah,
on
that's
brand.
pretty
Oh,
good,
look at the
good.
fucking kicks. Look at them showing off their kicks. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
look at those animations. Yeah, okay,
Oh,
10.
that's
Holy
brand.
shit. Yeah, you go to the
Fortnite,
winner's
yeah,
bench.
10.
Go
off
over
to the
there.
winners.
You can go over to that way.
Well, it's a delay. We gotta wait.
I don't know how delayed
Yeah.
it is.
There
Okay.
you go.
This is very Call of Duty. Oh god. Fucking scary.
Okay, you
I
float.
feel like this is a very like classic Roblox avatar.
This is-
you
yeah,
see
this is
people wearing this all
classic.
the
How
time.
much money did you spend on this avatar?
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell us an
that-
honest answer.
Yeah, how much Robux?
How much Robux was this avatar?
No, translate to real life.
1,000? Okay.
Okay,
It's like
you go to the
$5,
winner's
isn't
bench.
Yeah, winner's
They
bench.
called me
Yeah, go ahead.
score. Oh, I love
You've
the.
only
This
sent
is
like one person not to the winner's
This
bench.
is- I sent
Okay,
two
they-
people. One person just isn't over there.
They got the Homestuck hammer. They got the trans.
Wait, that is the
armband.
fucking silly who or whatever. Holy shit.
Yeah, Silly Who.
Okay, we got the
They
epic
got
face.
they got epic face shirt. This is very good. I feel like this is very high.
This is very
You go to the
classic
winner's
Roblox.
bench. That was epic.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, there's no more ratings. Just winners and middlers and losers.
And right now it's only.
This avatar has a really scary face, but
Now, I really don't, Riley. I really don't like the flesh pink.
I
It's
like
very
it.
I think
unsettling.
it's.
this
I
is
think
a
it's
this is a
peak. I think it's
classic
peak.
blinking, it's
Roblox
blinking,
avatar.
Luz.
It's
No, it's
alive.
Oh, it is
It's
blinking. All right,
alive.
you go to
It is
your
alive.
fucking eyes.
Send
You
to-
gotta fix your face. You go to the loser's bench for now. Your face is too scary for the winner's bench. No,
No, other way.
Other way.
No,
that
no,
way.
No, no, no. We're gonna peel your skin off. You gotta go.
Okay.
Canada.
I don't.
Canada.
This is. I feel like every person. I'm not saying you're this, but I feel like the majority of people I see with avatars like this on Roblox are some sort of bigot. And I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying that's usually what it means. So I unfortunately have to send this avatar left. But I think you're probably great. It's just too many people with military outfits I've known to be not very great people. So
Yeah, you're getting profiled. Go to the left.
I'm not saying you're Canadian. You're probably awesome.
I think they might be typing a defense.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
This one's a little bit dissonant, but maybe that's the point.
Oh,
Like, I feel like the hood doesn't attach to the
shit!
shirt too
Oh, but
well.
they got the moves.
all right, you got the moves. Go to the
Yeah,
winner's
got the
bench.
Oh, they got the same, cola shoulder as you, Gold.
The moves
Yeah.
sold me over. You can stop doing the moves now. Those two are just having a conversation over
Okay,
There's I want to be the Boshi game.
Wait,
that
online.
fucking YouTuber rage
Fluffy,
game.
Roar XD, don't touch my tail. Eyes close. Okay, this
Oh,
is.
they got like the RP name.
I'm gonna
above-
throw
floating
up.
above their
You
head.
go over there.
You
You
to
go
the
over there. You're
left.
gonna make me throw up. Go to the left. Okay, this just is
There's
Stitch.
there's some sort of little thing here. There's some sort of little dust mite here.
That scared the
I'll
shit
do
out of
that.
me. So you go to the
Can we
right.
stomp it?
Can we grind it into
Yeah,
dust and smoke it?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
just
now
Now
what
rate
do we all
yourselves,
line- we
rate
line up
yourselves.
against.
All right,
we all line
losers.
up
What do
against, like,
you
the lights.
losers bench? What do you guys have to say for yourselves, huh? Only
losers
4
bench,
if you
get
got
to kill,
lost.
You get to kill one person if you want.
Who do you
gotta
vote
pick
off
who
the
you want to
island?
kill.
I'm safe because I'm in the middle.
Yeah, everybody vote
They
one
thought
person.
I was
to
Asgore. What are
kill.
you like college age Asriel? I don't get it. Those are definitely Asgore's hair and horns.
If you say a name, we'll kill them. If whoever has the most votes, Everybody throw in your votes in the chat, and then we'll kill whoever you all vote for.
Riley just said tails.
That's not a character. What? What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
You don't count. You're a winner. Go back to the winner's bench.
That's also not how you spell her actual username. So that's gonna have to go to the other person.
Nobody is voting for who they want to die. This sucks.
All right,
Yeah,
eliminate all of them.
Yeah, kill all of them. All right, but everybody gets to come over here. We're gonna take a photo next to these trees.
Wait. I think we should go like to those heavenly gate lights over there.
I like the trees. I think the trees are pretty.
Okay, we'll go to the trees.
All right, everybody come here. We're gonna take a photo. Everybody get in the photo. We're gonna take a photo. This is our second Roblox stream. I'll do more of these. I probably won't be high during them, but we'll do more of these.
It's the guy all the way up there in the tree.
Okay. Is this everybody? Yeah,
I think it's everybody.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do one without people talking, and then I'm gonna say you can talk, and then you all send something in chat. All right. So stop sending stuff in chat so I can take the photo. Don't send stuff in chat, and I can take the photo. Okay. I'll wait for the chat messages to fade, and then I will take the photo.
What's the emote button?
Period.
Yeah, I like your outfit, Haguski. Unfortunately, I do have to take away points because it is HOS.
Okay, now we go. Oh, fuck. I fucked everything up. Hold on.
Did you flip over?
Yeah, because I was focused on the wrong window. Hold on one second. Ooh.
I'm currently being compressed.
Oh, wait. I almost didn't get the guy in the tree. Fuck.
That's a secret one. You have to unlock that.
Okay. Here we go. That's our photo. We did it. Okay, and now everybody say something in chat, and I'll take a photo of that.
Wait, it's like that person's named Mr. Adam Fish. Is that fucking plab?
I don't think so. I just think that's
very plab name.
You can just spam what you want to say in chat so it shows up. I don't know if I can make the chat window bigger to actually get everybody's messages, but this will work.
I mean, just above the heads.
Hold on.
But quick before they disappear.
They're gonna start getting censored from spam. Oh, someone's already getting censored for spam.
Okay, you can barely understand what people were saying, but I got it.
And now we can all go to the hallway.
Yeah, now we can all go to heaven. We're not gonna
Now we
actually.
can go break Stitch's
I'm
game.
not gonna take another photo, but we're all going to heaven.
Don't leave so soon. Don't leave so soon.
Hey everybody, it's me, Ryu from Streets.
Yeah, everybody march to their deaths. It's not gonna be a portal, is it? Oh, it's just a transitional area.
Oh, it's just a loop. It's Pac-Man.
Oh, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
That's what you think of when you think of loops?
I don't know. Nyara was saying it last night.
All right, let's all sit at this park bench.
The map's Pac-Manning, and she kept like walking back.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this stream. I'm too high in my
everyone
skin
reset.
is
Everyone just
burning.
spam reset.
I guess. Okay, well, I didn't say that, but you know, everybody can die. Yeah, sure. Good night, chat. Thank you for hanging out for Tokers Trials 2. The next episode, I don't know what we'll play, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Bye-bye.
This VOD will be uploaded on the OK Zion VOD's YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to.
Portal behind spawn kicks you.
Thank you to everyone who subscribed today. Stitch resubscribed. CMG Virus gave out a few subscribes. Blue Earth subscribed. Debug Empty subscribed. Thank you for all of those, and thank you for the donation from CMG Steel Virus for $10. That was it for the stream. Good night, guys.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to drink ink.
Drink ink.
Yeah, drink ink. Drink straight ink.
Drink ink.
I'm drinking out of the pen right now.
Hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you soon for another stream. I think the next one's probably gonna be Half-Life 2. Probably.
How Half-Life?
I have to go lie my head down because I am so high. Good night.